Coffee ready? Group chat muted? Let's see which part of this show personally attacks my bad habits today.
Consistency beats talent. Consistency beats equipment. Hell, consistency even beats motivation. Hey, if you're sitting next to somebody who gets easily offended, ask them to leave the room. Or you can turn the volume up really loud so they can hear the handsome chief even more clearly say this. What's the biggest lesson you've taken from season 2 of Mornings and Alive with Keith, John, and Friends? Mindset is everything.
Yeah, because a bad mindset can turn free Wi-Fi and a good breakfast into a personal crisis.
I changed how I think relationships matter more than hustle, or I finally started taking my health seriously. If somebody's been snoozing forever, guess what? You are now 10 hours and 21 minutes behind the person who's been getting up before you.
Imagine losing 10 hours and 21 minutes to snooze like it is a part-time job with no benefits.
Can you believe you've been laying there wasting 10 hours of your life? Just laying there wasting 10 hours, tick, 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 gone.
That clock sounded like my screen time report shaming me on Sunday night.
Evaporated, vanished into the soft pillow of mediocrity.
Mediocrity really is just comfort wearing sweatpants and saying tomorrow.
No coffee shop, no Wi-Fi, just waves. Just wind, and just some occasional existential crisis. Mo is the only man on earth to solo kayak across both the Pacific and the Atlantic.
I complain when food delivery is 12 minutes late. This man crossed 2 oceans.
No. Production is actually as simple as this. Showing up every morning.
Everybody loves content. Nobody loves becoming the kind of person who has to make it before coffee.
Ready or not. Because your audience, your community, the people who are listening to you are waiting for you.
That hits different when you know people are refreshing their morning like you refresh email and panic.
So today we're going to talk about the reality of producing 700 plus episodes.
700 plus episodes means discipline stopped being a mood and became rent.
Thousands of hours of live conversation and why consistency beats perfection and why the brands that win are the ones that become part of someone's, well, I've been talking about it ad nauseum, daily ritual. And of course, Community Corner, Maya Reyes has been getting after it. Emotional weight, physical stability, and financial structure coming up at the bottom of hour 2. So at 3:40 somewhat in the hour this morning, I'm scrambling for my eyes.
This is the most real producer sentence ever spoken before sunrise.
And I'm like, okay, there's a left eye. That one works. And then I found a right eye that's a prescription from about 3 years ago. Hey, check in, show your proof, build a streak. Create an accountability partner with us every single day. It's the way to hit your big goals because you know we're going to be up and after it. So you can get up, turn your phone on, tune into the show, 8 o'clock Eastern time, mitl.live. Check in, show your proof, build a streak.
A streak is just boring discipline with a better logo.
And you're like, hey, I got some dudes here that are getting up with me every single day.
That is how habits stick now. Peer pressure with better lighting.
I love it.
Well, I love it. Oakdale
Police Department. Yeah.
Well, it's just so crazy how it's like you live in 2 states. You know, you live in the state where you first wake up, and then you live in the state that whatever it is you choose to do to get to the next one, which was just perfect enough time for you to realize that you needed somebody like me.
John enters every story like an ad for accountability with shoulders.
So it's always great when your lively wife comes down and says, you know, I think I'd like to live longer.
That is the hottest married conversation ever. No poetry, just 2 adults negotiating longevity.
I'm like, yes, me too. I'm like, all right, we're settled. We're living longer later today. That's awesome. I'll tell you, yesterday throughout the day, I found myself in a couple just like private moments where I started laughing to myself, thinking about you going to the bank. Because it's such like a 70s or 80s thing. It's like such an old, like, who goes to the fucking bank?
Going to a bank now feels like printing directions from MapQuest.
There's John Anderson going to the bank. But I will say in defense of the banks, you know, we're living in a world where, dude, I got a story. I won't put on the table today, but maybe for Friday when we're with Petro, a big professor did it. The number one piece of advice was, true story, John, don't answer the phone.
Best advice in 2026, if it rings, it is either a scam or a cousin.
I mean, already at this, there's no question that my shit is somebody watches over what happens.
His devices know more about him than his doctor and half his friends.
I go do a PayPal transaction. I'll get a fucking email. Your transaction did not go through. Please log into blah, blah, blah.
So I empty my box today. I open up the bottoms. Holy shit, they're empty. So this morning I got one left eye in that's proper, and my right eye is probably from when I was 45.
That contact situation felt like cleaning out the junk drawer of mortality.
Unbelievable. The first one he's pulling out, what the fuck's he pulling out of there?
Yeah.
because they were discolored. They were fucking kind of yellow.
No shit. Hey, listen, could you imagine sitting in a house, you and I just hanging out, just shooting the shit or having a coffee, and all of a sudden a fucking meteorite just crashes through the roof?
So the crazy part is that it's an AI.
Yeah.
But men will still respond to it like it's not.
Oh, dude.
It's unbelievable.
Do you know how much tire dust we as humans are constantly actually accumulating in our lungs because all the tires on the roads that are, we can't even see the constant microparticles of rubber that are just constantly we're breathing in. It's actually quite fascinating when you think about this, right? And it's not so much the who's going to die from the blast, it's what happens after the blast and how that impacts everything around us, right?
That is adult life. The blast is one problem. The fallout is your whole week.
Well, perfect example. The guy, lottery winners, go fucking broke because they didn't fucking change anything.
Money with the same habits is just expensive chaos.
So they drove the car up, right? On the way on the left-hand side, you see it pull up there on the left in a black Tesla. So while everybody's watching the left, it's like, okay, let's watch him show up there. They got the cameras trained, and then he doesn't get out. Well, at the same time, the magician is bringing it on the right. It's just total magic trick, Johnny. Magic, eh? Just simple magic.
Are you that fucking guy when you're at a fucking movie theater? Watch.
I didn't like going to sporting parties because I'm like, I'm not there to party. I want to fucking watch the game. I'm not there to talk and do a bunch of bullshit. I want to go watch the fucking game, man.
Exactly. Some of us came for the game, not four-side conversations and cold nachos.
Well, there's nothing better than a fucking good narration because really there's one moment you're wanting people to check out.
Get this. Imagine waking up every morning in a 23-foot kayak in the middle of the Pacific Ocean.
Meanwhile, I need perfect weather to answer one difficult email.
No snooze button, no calling in sick, just you and 2,400 miles of open water. Before we bring the dude in,
I just love life. I just want to experience everything that life can offer. And this is just amazing. This is meeting the universe. This is meeting spirituality. This is meeting God. This is meeting myself. This is answering every question that I could possibly have. I don't think anything else could do that. Nothing can prepare you to how strong, how big the ocean is, how gnarly it is.
Yeah.
Than putting your ass on the boat and going out there. Imagine being 3 months in the ocean. It just does whatever it wants. It doesn't care that you're on it, right?
The ocean, deadlines, and rent all share that same energy.
So it's up to me to be up to par. And then a year later, I would take on from same California coast all the way to Hawaii, and I would make it in 91 days.
91 days alone would make most people miss notifications.
I'm 7 meters long, and container ships are 300 meters long. They go 20 knots. Like, I'm tiny. I moved here, had never kayaked before. What is it that happened to my mind that said, yeah, I think I can do this, right? Isn't it just amazing? And then I freaking did it 10 years later. I didn't see land in 3 months. I didn't see a human being. I didn't talk to it. Like, I couldn't step out of my kayak. That means I didn't walk for 3 months. I didn't even stand up for 3 months. And then that's when the magic happened, when there's things you can't control. And the only thing you can do is acceptance. Acceptance of your own vulnerability. Acceptance of, okay, what I control is tomorrow how much I'm going to paddle. There's something magical about it that, I mean, you just discover yourself. Like, it feels a philosophical experience. It's a spiritual experience. So it's like, I want to do this. And it just comes to that inner fire just comes to a point where I just got to do it. Like, I think the worst could be that you age and you get to 70 years old and you wish you had done something. Everything scares me. Everything scares me. So fear should not paralyze you, right? But it should just give you an information. The fear and all the emotions, happiness, sadness, are just the senses of the mind.
It's giving you the bath you haven't had in 45 days.
Dude, on paper, it's exceptional. But here's the honest question for you. When was the last time you looked in your own mirror and you felt like maybe you were a failure?
I don't like people that say that. It's not a failure, it's a way to learn. Like, a failure is a failure.
Thank you. Not every bad result needs a podcast voice and a rebrand.
Act on your highest excitement to the best of your ability with no insistence on the outcome, right? And the outcome, whether it's failure or it's success, it doesn't really matter. As long as you did your best, your absolute best, you have nothing to fear. You just did your best, right? Once you follow your passion to a point where you love it so much that you're okay to die for it, whatever it is, find your passion and go for it. And yeah, that's it. What can I tell you? It's just live like that. It's the best.
So people look at us and think we're crazy. We look at them and think you're fucking crazy.
Everybody looks crazy from outside the routine that makes them feel alive.
Because you're going to be that 7-year-old who's going to go, God damn it, what happened to my life?
So let's go here with me. You wake up every 2 hours for 91 days straight.
Yeah.
No snooze button, getting up, making decisions.
Yeah.
That's 3 months of literal sleep deprivation. Now, in the military word, they're going, all right, that's torture.
Well, your body is going to adapt to it. It's crazy, but your sleep deprivation, after 2 weeks, you're fine. Like if I put you, Keith, in that boat in the middle of the ocean, and I tell you, look, you got to paddle or you got to starve. You got to do it. You're going to get on that paddle. Maybe the first day you're going to do 2 hours. You're going to be like your back's going to hurt. The next day you're going to do 3 hours. Your hand's going to be sore. You're going to have blisters. The next day you're going to do 4. You're going to adapt. I promise you. You're going to lose weight, but you're going to get to Hawaii when you have no choice but doing this. And so you got to be accepting hardship. And I'm going back to what the ocean is. The ocean is gnarly. Accept hardship. Find beauty everywhere.
A man attempted to smoke the world's hottest pepper using his bong. And can you imagine what happened?
It did, but I think the most important is the ability to see it. Like you have to have self-awareness of your own thoughts, right? You could think about it. Like for once, I was talking for 2 hours straight, aloud, but I knew I was doing it, right? The problem is the moment when you don't have self-awareness, you don't know you're doing it, right? Like there's no future because it's not here. There's no past because it's gone. There's just the present. Let me say, what 50 days of suffering, right? No, I want to be happy now. So how do I change that? Reframing. Okay, I'm here. That's what I want to do. My objective is to be on the ocean on an adventure. I'm doing it. So you know what I'm saying? Like just embrace hardship so that everything that is good is valued again. Like all these things that you learn in books. Well, don't learn them in books. Learn them in experience. Go climb that mountain, go cross that ocean, go hug that person and talk to, like, live life. Don't read books. Stop listening to podcasts. Just live life. And then you can talk about your experience. Sorry. And I think, I really consider myself a citizen of the world, but like, why did you want to go and climb the ladder for money? Like you want to have that secondary home in Hawaii and in the Bahamas? Do you know why? Like, would a van be better for your life? Like,
so then here's the $1 million question. How do you make money?
There's so many uncertainties now in the world. And then people are doing what they do. They're loving what they do, but do they really love what they do? And how do you create that inner fire? Do you really follow your passion? And how do you just wake up from just a routine? And how do you create, the sense of adventure and taking risk and being audacious and adapting to change? So my advice is very simple. When was the last time you felt alive?
That question is dangerous. It makes doom scrolling feel even sadder.
Like you felt the vibration, you felt so happy, like, I love this shit, right? So it could be having friends over and cooking for them. It could be throwing the ball with your kid. It could be running a marathon. It could be just going fishing, take these little fiberglass boat and go on the lake. Whatever it is, find this little thing that makes you feel alive and just go more and more. There's this one thing that if you were to die, that the world would lose. What is this one thing that only you can do? Right? And if you're just ponder on this, and to me, it's just like, I've got to live life and then contagiate the world with that energy that I've learned. That's my purpose. Like if I can just do this for the rest of my life. And the question for your audience that you're reaching every day is like, okay, what is it that you're doing with your life that makes you so special? Like what is one thing that your purpose? Find that and chase it.
Just because you don't recognize the same progress doesn't mean you're not making it. And this is where most people quit.
So the biggest thing I've learned, I would say, is the value of time and how much of it that we don't actually have.
That is the lesson nobody wants, because time does not do refunds.
On the business side, I think what I've learned the most is how difficult it is to find awesome human beings for awesome conversations, right? Everybody thinks they are interesting. Most aren't.
Somebody finally said it. Owning a mic is not a personality.
I think that's why the world has so many boring books and so many boring podcasts, is because people actually aren't that interesting. So that has been part of the biggest challenge, I'd say, is finding people that are more interesting than the average bear. We've actually created a format Like, you can take Keith and John out of this thing and take this show and transplant it into a local market anywhere in North America, Australia, and say Mornings in the Lab with Joe and Steve. We got all of our characters, all of our content, and it's just transplanting Keith and John out of it and having a different host. When I started this journey, this is really what I wanted to get to. I didn't want to be like a solopreneur type thing. I wanted to get to a place where you and I could step out, or I could put a co-host next to you and this thing operates on its own. Or like you've said before, when you had your gym, you could be away from the gym and it was still operating on its own. That's when you're building a legitimate business. I spend more time with John than anybody else in my life, 2 hours every single day, and I love it. And I said to her, I said, actually, no, that's what I love about you. And I think it's the same way, right? It's like to me, I'm learning, John, and maybe it's taking me like, the quirks are part of the love. Right? Like it's the things that drive somebody nuts about something is why you love them.
That if you really love someone, you accept them.
You are so fucking reliable. Period.
Being reliable is sexy once life gets expensive.
The production trick is being consistent every single day.
That is the part people skip while shopping for shortcuts on YouTube.
We get up and we give you some nuggets to start your day. We give you motivating content to start your day. We give you engaging conversation to start your day. And we find interesting stories to help you get your day started so that you can go to your meetings. Yeah. Guys, consistency is hard. It's the hardest fucking thing you will ever do. And I'm observing how hard it is for many folks. If you want to move the fucking dial in your life or move the dial on what you're building, consistency is the hardest thing. It becomes the product. So let me tell you what 700 plus consecutive live episodes actually looks like. You're looking at it. No fancy studio. No teleprompter. I got no crew in my headset sprinting around like it's ESPN all over the place. Nope. I'm just here in Headingley, Manitoba, Canada, doing the same thing day after day after day. And here's what surprises people. What you guys see is the production. But the production is the preparation, which it seems that that's where complacency sets in with so many people at the absolute end of the day. Consistency is the product. Consistency is your product. Think about that, nation. I don't care if you're selling coaching services. I don't care if you're selling morning shows. I don't care if you're selling widgets. I don't care if you're selling coaching services. All you motherfuckers out there are not consistent. And when consistency becomes your product, you immediately beat your competition because you're consistent. Audiences, they don't want all three. What they ultimately want is they want your consistency, which is ultimately your product. Are you consistently delivering a good meal? Are you consistently delivering a good service? Because those audiences that you're building, they don't form around inconsistency. They form around events of consistency. They form around reliability because you can't manufacture this.
Exactly. Trust is earned, not filtered. Full show is up next, so quit scrolling and clock in.
You don't get to call yourself a good man. Other people do.
They decide it by your tone, your follow-through, and your apologies.
Integrity is keeping your word when it's inconvenient.
This morning, we're breaking down the mistake and the fix. Let's go, nation!
Good morning and welcome back to Mornings in the Lab with Keith, John, and friends. Your live morning show for real talk, motivating content, and entertaining conversation designed to help you start your day with some momentum.
It's like a movie, but it's our movie. We're the director, we're the fucking writers.
Yeah, true story. Can you become something they notice when you're missing? Because that, my friends, is a much, much harder game to build. You are no longer competing for attention. You are shaping the attention.
You don't get to call yourself a good man. Other people do.
They decide it by your tone, your follow-through, and your apologies.
Integrity is keeping your word when it's inconvenient.
This morning, we're breaking down the mistake and the fix. Let's go, nation!
Good morning and welcome back to Mornings in the Lab with Keith, John, and friends. Your live morning show for real talk, motivating content, and entertaining conversation designed to help you start your day with some momentum.
It's like a movie, but it's our movie. We're the director, we're the fucking writers.
Yeah, true story. Can you become something they notice when you're missing? Because that, my friends, is a much, much harder game to build. You are no longer competing for attention. You are shaping the attention. Yeah, so somewhere between man up and open up and the internet version, not the politician version, no one. The real one, but first, welcome back to where are you at? Mornings in the Lab with Keith, John, and friends, your live morning show experience built for real talk, entertaining conversations, and content to help you start your day with momentum, clarity, and maybe a few laughs before the caffeine fully kicks in. Hey team, our comments are empty this morning, guys. We want to get some comments up there for everybody. Welcoming everybody into the show this morning. Hey, you guys can come see us in the Mornings in the Lab community. And quick reminder for anybody new to the show, this is an R-rated experience. Drop a few F-bombs, B-bombs, S-bombs, and occasionally the truth bomb. That's going to make somebody uncomfortable before breakfast. So if you are easily offended, you might not like what you are hearing on the show. So, and if you're lurking out there this morning, good morning, Holroyd. Good morning, Holroyd. Good morning, Holroyd. Good morning, Sullivan. Hey, Sully, I saw your comments this morning. And hang tight here, guys. I'm just calling out my crew here. There we go. Cool. Hey, guys, we got to get some comments in the chat there, team. We got to get the comments in the chat. We got to warm up the chat. We got to bring everybody into the chat. Sylvan, Holroyd, Cheryl, good morning, everybody. Yes. And hey, what defines a good man in 2026? Being a present father and a partner, having integrity, providing and protecting. And today's question to the nation is this: who is the man you looked up to, growing up to, and would you still call him a good man today? Accountability checking, you guys. Hey, if you're snoozing all along, you are now 10 hours and 30 minutes of your life gone. Not resting, not recovering, just negotiating with your alarm clock. So stop hitting the snooze button or stay mediocre. Yes, we are your daily live accountability partner. Hey guys, what's ahead in today's show? Hour one, the morning loop. Yes. Hey guys, some guys are using ChatGPT for divorce. the mistake that can cost you everything. Hey, current conversations, Ozempic might be eating your bones. Hey, we got a bunch of things in the show today. I'm not going to bother going through them right now because we got a bunch of stuff happening, a lot of moving parts on the show here today. We're going to bring them up as the show goes on and so forth. So, hey, guys, we're going to get after it. We're going to get the show rocking and rolling right now. It's going to happen right now, starting this second, because guess what? The morning loop, it starts right now.
Season 2 ended yesterday because Season 3 didn't come here to repeat it.
We kept the pieces that hit, cut the parts that drag. What's coming now moves faster and lands harder.
And that's great news for the audience. More surprises, better chaos, way less of us pretending to behave.
Season 3 gets sharper, bigger conversations, better swings, and a few turns you won't see coming.
So if you thought you already had this show figured out, perfect. That makes what's next even more fun.
New season, new pressure, new toys to play with. We're not easing in. We're opening the door and stepping on it.
Season 3 gets sharper, bigger conversations, better swings, and a few turns you won't see coming.
Season 3 starts today. More heat, more surprises, more reasons to keep watching. Let's get to work.
All right, guys. Hey, listen. What is shaking today? Yes. Hey, listen. You guys can come and join the show with us. You can check into the show, mornings.live, mitl.live. Come check into the show. Come say hello. Come see what's shaking out there and come tell us if you have got up and got after today. Hey, guys, listen. I got a comment from Sullivan this morning, which is pretty funny because I said I can't see. Well, so the contact lens story is continuing my life. Yes. So Sully, I got the contacts delivered yesterday. True story. Got them to my house and put them in got up this morning, got them ready for my eyes, but they labeled the wrong ones. So I put the left one on the right and the right and the left. I'm like, I can't see still. I just can't see. And then I changed them and I'm still like, these still aren't right. So I got to make some phone calls today. I'm having a little bit of trouble seeing what's over there, but I can still see you all over here. So it is certainly an interesting situation when your eyes are like you're used to seeing one way, but they're supposed to see the other. So tell me, do you guys have contact lens stories? Do you have eyesight stories? Call, text, leave a voicemail, and if you're watching on the vertical stream, get in the comments because the chat is wide open. You guys, vertical and horizontal is all together. All right, so. Guys, happy birthday. Happy birthday. Hey, season 3 of Mornings Live kicks off today. And today's a big one. Well, it's always a big one. Yes. So I just want to do a quick shout out to everybody that's been joining us for the last couple of years, especially to Adam Holroyd, to Mike Sullivan. Good time to all of you guys that have been hanging out with me since day one. I certainly appreciate the support. Appreciate the belief. And I think now you guys can see some of the foundation coming to life. We've got the shows. We've got the network. And we've got the studio. We're launching live characters. We working really aggressively to launch. Hey, Jimmy. Or Kai, who do you got there? One of you guys. I want you to put something on the screen for me right now if you don't mind. Universe.mitl.studio. Check it out, guys. Hey, Maddie, you haven't seen this, brother. Surprise. Check this out, guys. Universe.mitl.studio. We are launching live characters in the studio. Yes, come talk to Frankie. Come talk to Sophia. Come talk to Maya. Come talk to Sterling. Come talk to Preston. And you can do that by heading on over to universe.studio.mil. Check it out, guys. AI characters that live. Yes, launching them today. If you want to learn more, head on over to the site, enter your email address, and I'll give you guys a demo. But we're launching that today. AI characters that live. As you guys know, I am bullish on IP. I am bullish on building character experiences, and you will see it right there on the studio page, universe.mitl.studio, where you can bring your AI character to life. You can bring your universe to life. You can bring your entire story world to life. Excited about that. Absolutely. And I got another nugget I'm dropping for you guys later today or tomorrow. I'm not really sure yet. I was working on it last night. And I want to get into this actually in a couple of seconds here, but working on something last night. I've been talking to the team this morning about speed, and there's still a lot of people working like it's yesterday's productivity. And once you experience superpower abilities using some of these tools, you quickly recognize how slow everybody else is going. And I think this is where folks are really going to get left behind. is that when I, and I did it last night, actually, true story. Kai, put that page up if you don't mind again. That app that I just talked to you guys about, universe.mitl.studio, that would have took me probably 2 to 3 weeks to build in the past. True story, if not longer, actually. It's sophisticated, it's deep, and so forth. I built it in 3 hours last night. 3 hours published, secure, it's out and live and ready to rock and roll. Yet I was talking to a fellow today and he's like, oh yeah, it's going to probably be a couple weeks. I'm like, dude, no, it's just not the world anymore. And for guys like myself that know how to play with tomorrow's rules, I really don't have time for people that are stuck on yesterday's rules. I actually don't, because I'm learning really quickly that it's not a good use of my time. Because once you put the exoskeleton on, and once you can walk up the mountain in 3 seconds instead of 3 minutes or 3 hours, you're like, okay, all right, all you guys walking up in the you guys are all raw. You guys are just too slow. And that's just today's business. So, as I was talking yesterday about, consistency being your competitive edge, it's consistency, it's speed, it's changing your mindset. I had somebody today say, well, this, that. I'm like, no, there's no this, that. That energy is thinking about yesterday's energy. And I don't have time for it, actually. So, universe.mitl.studio is where you will find AI characters that live. We are launching them here on the Mornings in the Lab Live network along the way. And I wonder if it's live, actually. Jimmy, Kai, I might have it live here. Give me a second here, because I got something else that I'm going to rock and roll with you guys here too. And ideally, it will work for us. And if it doesn't, we'll have to wait till tomorrow. But I'm also working on something that I think y'all are going to be pretty excited about. And it involves sports. Yep, true story. Imagine if you had just correspondents from around the planet that were part of the Mornings in the Lab network. Just imagine that. I can. Oh yeah. Imagine rebuilding ESPN or CNN or building something just in the box. And then all of a sudden it's just there. You're like, hey, where did all those humans come from? Well, I'll tell you. I'll tell you, I got some fun stuff to launch here in the coming, I'm hoping tomorrow. I'm hoping something special to show more tomorrow. But listen, before we do that, I see that guy just sitting there patiently. Hey, Kai, do you see him? I see him. Let's, how's he getting in here today? Good morning, brother.
What's up, brother?
Happy birthday.
I'll take the Jeep. But
yes.
It looked like it was a little undersized.
It looks like midget Jeep.
Yeah, it doesn't look like one that was in the war. It looks like a model for someone that was too little for the military or something.
Although let's have some fun with this. Maybe it was a Jeep used in Japan or in China for smaller people.
I don't think they're Jeeps for smaller, brother.
Well, but they're smaller people, though.
Yes, but I think the equipment needs to be the same to compete, right?
Nice way dancing around the conversation.
What do you mean? What am I doing?
I'm like, they're just smaller people. Yes, I know they are, Mr. Bilous, but that doesn't mean
they're not midgets. If that's what you wanted me to say.
No, that's not what I'm saying. No. It's funny because I was talking to a fellow yesterday about sports cars, and we were talking about sports cars. I'm like, dude, I grew up with the Pontiac Fiero, wanting the Pontiac Fiero. The cheapest little plastic 2-seater in the world. But dude, I love that stupid car because I was a little man. And we talked about muscle cars. I don't me in the big truck or me in the big cars. That doesn't work, dude. I'm a little dude. I'm just a little guy. So I need the little shit. Me in a go-kart, perfect. You in a go-kart, not perfect.
Well, in the early days, I was normal size. So I was perfect for the go-kart. We actually had a go-kart.
Oh, did you?
Oh, dude. So my stepbrother.
Yeah.
4 years older than me.
Yeah.
Crazy, engineering, he just has this ingenuity about him. He can just figure shit out.
Yes.
And it was because he actually worked a lot with our dad, my non-blood dad, in the plant. So he just fucking kind of understood how shit was supposed to go. And it was just a little regular, lawnmower motor powered go-kart.
Yeah.
2-seater. So it was a pretty big fucking go-kart for this little motor. Well, we found that the neighbor was throwing away. I mean, the neighbor, he was a farm over, throwing away this old Honda 90. I don't know how many horsepower that thing had, probably 10 or 15. When the fucking Briggs and Stratton lawnmower probably had like
yeah.
Dude, we literally were able to. I shouldn't say we. I just was the fucking lackey of the project, but he literally cut the passenger seat off this fucking go-kart. We mounted that motor right next to the fucking driver because it needed to be in front of the sprocket where the chain went back.
Yeah.
Fully engineered this thing, and it fucking worked like a charm. It was so fast, it was unbelievable.
Dude, there was a lot of guys in my neighborhood that would like do that. My cousin especially would buy like those fucking like those cars and like those beat up cars or go-karts or golf carts and then hash shit together. Like just put pieces together, right? And you know, next thing you got a go-kart with this big engine in it, or you got this golf cart with this big ass engine in it, and just cruising down the street, like honest to God.
Oh, dude, it was way too fast. I mean, it was he actually ended up rolling it over, thank God. When he rolled it over, he rolled it in the dirt.
Yeah.
Because he was on the street. Because it never went fast enough for it to roll over. So you could just be hauling ass and fucking turn, it would just turn. Well, not when you're going 4 times the speed. So he rolled it over and fucked it up, but that needed to happen because one of us would have been severely hurt on that thing.
Dude, I was I had a buddy. We were golfing and we were going on like a side of a mountain, like a side of a hill kind of thing, but we were on an edge. I'll never forget this. And I was going backwards and I decided to step on it. Well, fuck, we flipped over, went on the side. Dude, the fucking golf cart, doom, 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 down the hill. My buddy was in it. Dude, he was hurt and I felt so horrible. And like he wasn't bad hurt, but he was hurt. I was like, holy fuck, man, that could have been super tragic. I was just being a young, stupid. You know, when we're those dumb things.
We're fucking young, dumb, and full of cum.
Yeah, that's exactly it. So yesterday was the anniversary night, and today is the big day. We're starting season 3 of Mornings in the Lab with Keith, John, and friends. Welcome everybody to the big show here, getting after season 3. Hey Kai, let's show Johnny what I built last night and launched it. Johnny, I worked hard yesterday to settle something up here for the world, for the business world, for the people we're working with. I've launched universe.mitl.studio, where our AI characters come to life. So folks actually can hire us, work with us, and bring our characters to life. So bring Keith to life, Johnny to life, Sophia, Frankie, Tommy, talking characters.
About Sophia. So everybody else has a change of drawers. She wears the same clothes every time. She's probably who we want to watch change the most.
It's funny you say that because
is fucking God. They got a wardrobe as deep as it comes. Fucking Sophia's washing her fucking drawers every night, getting ready for tomorrow.
I was working, dude. It's funny how we're in each other's brain. I was working on the characters last night. I was working on Sophia yesterday, working on her attributes and I'm like, Sophia, you have the same outfit all the time. And it's because when I created her, there's an image of her and we've been using that reference image, but you're bang on, right, dude? So expect to be seeing Sophia in some, I'm sorry, not skimp here, in some different outputs along the way.
I see fucking Preston in the goddamn shower. Who wants to see that? Fuck, man. Clearly, it's a female driving the fucking, pulling the levers back there in the studio.
And then I got a couple other things that I'm excited to share as well that are going to drop here in the next couple of days as we continue to build the Mornings in the Lab Live network, the show, the studio, talking to folks. Johnny, we talked to a guy who was on our show last week who's quite intrigued by a daily live experience. He's like, hey, so can you do like a daily 15-minute show for us? I'm like, yeah. I'm like, 15 minutes? Like, think about that, John. That's like a fart in the wind.
15?
Yeah, 1.5. I'm like, dude, I can do that half asleep because we do that actually.
Dude, that just shows the fucking attention span of the fucking public, doesn't it?
Well, it does. Yeah, it absolutely does, which I thought was kind of funny. Hey, so let's get to some of the conversational topics that we can have some fun with today. Ozempic. This is our favorite one. Johnny, not only are people gaining weight after they get off it, but Ozempic might be eating your bones. Kyle, let's tee it up.
GLP-1 drugs changed how the country thinks about weight loss. New research is changing how we think about the cost. Turns out you may be losing more than just weight. Bone density beat up to 29% in some studies.
That's not a minor side effect. Bone density loss at that level significantly raises fracture risk down the road.
These drugs exploded before the long-term data existed. That's the part that's hard to sit with. The weight loss results are real. Nobody's disputing that. But the full picture takes years to develop.
The trade-off conversation needs to happen between patients and doctors today openly with this on the table.
You lose the weight, you feel better, nay, but your skeleton might be quietly keeping score.
So I know you know a lot of this, but
let me jump in here. First off, if you fucking lose enough weight that you fuck up your bone density, you don't feel good. You feel like fucking walking death. First off, you're losing bone density because you're not fucking eating, because you're malnourished.
Yes,
we'd have these exact same problems if somebody had the balls to not eat like they do on Ozempic. So I'm not saying Ozempic is not the fucking gateway to this problem, because it makes this problem explode, because now people can fucking starve themselves very easily. But let's go look at some of these fucking civilizations where people don't have enough to eat. These are the problems they have.
Yeah, it's so Johnny. So this is not a small study. 73,000 adults, GLP-1 medications, and then they compared this to people not on drugs over 5 years. And here's what they found: 4.1% of GLP-1 users developed osteoporosis versus 3% that didn't.
Can I jump in right there?
Yeah.
The people that weren't using it weren't starving themselves.
Exactly.
So of course they don't have these problems.
Yeah. No,
we're so not looking at we're looking at the trigger.
Yes.
Not the actual fucking the trigger is just what the and keep in mind, I'm not sitting here trying to say that Ozempic is some great fucking thing. It's trash. It was so early in this development, it shouldn't have been fucking released to the public.
So here's something that I want to throw at you that I wonder if maybe not you, but maybe it's being positioned incorrectly, because you're saying
totally. If it was positioned different, we'd have a much different conversation.
No, what I mean, Anderson, is that you're saying people aren't eating, and I don't know if that's correct. I don't know if that's correct, because what you're saying is that they're not eating the right foods, right? Because you're saying don't keep eating the Big Mac. Don't keep eating the crap. Like if you need to eat, but you got to eat whole food. You got to eat protein. You got to eat food, like actual food.
You're bringing up a good point. It's both, because you see, most people that get on this thing,
yes,
they have tried to be in a fucking calorie deficit and failed.
Exactly. Yes.
So all of a sudden now they think, oh my God, I'm not eating. I'm winning.
Yes.
First victory. So all they care about is not eating. Then when they do finally flip out and have to have something to eat, it's the wrong food. But remember, they think they're winning because they're not eating.
Correct.
So you're correct, but that's the second stage in the problem.
Yeah. It's and then Johnny, gout. So we talked about gout on the show, right? And especially guys in our demographic. Johnny, gout rates were higher too, 7.4% versus 6.2. So I'm sorry, 6.6. Again, just eating raw, so not eating the right foods, right? And then osteomalacia, which is bone softening. John, 2.5 times more common in GLP users than others. And then lastly, a separate study, Anderson, followed 46,000 adults with type 2 diabetes and found GLP-1 users had an 11% higher risk of fragility fractures. So there's no question that there's something happening with our bodies and bones with the GLP-1. No question.
Well, there's something happening with our bodies and bones when you don't fucking eat.
When you don't eat the right food.
Well, both, brother. The first thing with this is the Ozempic user is the guy that just wants to starve himself.
Yeah, I know, but hold on. I want to go with you here, though. So I'm sorry to interrupt you, but if you said, Keith, you're on Ozempic, but Johnny, I'm still crushing my Big Macs. Like, you're not happy, though.
But they're not crushing Big Macs. That's what I'm saying. Ozempic makes them so fucking sick they can't eat, period. These people won't take a dump for a fucking week.
I see what you mean. Okay.
I mean, it makes them sick.
So because I don't know this. So you're saying to me, like, even if I'm on a GLP-1, I don't want to go have the Big Mac.
No, we're talking about Ozempic, which is the generation one.
Okay, yeah, okay, right. So if I'm on Ozempic, I actually don't want to have the Big Mac, is what you're saying to me.
Well, at some point you'll flip out and eat the Big Mac, but you might go days without eating.
Yeah. It sounds like what you're
saying. In their minds, they think they're winning.
Yeah, I get it. It sounds like
Oh, I'm fasting. I've never been able to fast for 2 days before. Well, a fast is supposed to be something, if you're doing this for weight loss, there's a strategy to this. Right?
Yes.
You know that you're drinking lots of water. You know that you're fucking giving your body the best it can have when you are eating.
Yes.
Well, that doesn't enter the equation to those impic users. Like, oh my God, I can finally not eat. This is amazing. Then they flip out and they eat something terrible, which doesn't bring any nutrients, and this problem continues to repeat itself. I had a guy on Gen 2.
Yeah.
Which is tirzepatide. Lost 80 pounds.
Yes.
He was, in the beginning, he was like, this is the fucking best.
Well, sure, because he lost 80 pounds. Yeah.
When then he got deep enough into this, he's like, holy shit, what has happened to me? I look worse when I take my, he's got fucking shit hanging off him. He's fucking dead dog tired. He's not fucking sleeping. And here's the thing, check this out.
Yeah.
His fucking brain had gone fucking short circuit because as far as his body knew, it was slowly being starved to death.
Well, yeah. And
Massive. It is living in the like heightened survival mode. His brain would tell him, if you go up those steps, you'll have a heart attack. If you cross that street, a bus will magically appear and run you over.
Yeah.
This guy was like fucking like out there. I get him eating. In the first week, he starts to like, he can say, oh my God, I can feel myself coming back. It was just literally the fact that he had fucking eaten so little over the course of that 6 months.
Let me ask you this then. So we did Ozempic, version 1, GLPs, tirzepatide version 2. Now we've been talking, and actually, Kai, let's get Kai. There's a conversation started with Huberman and peptides. Let's get that one started for next. Then we get number 3 around the corner with retatrutide. John, why? So I guess I know the obvious answer to this, but I need to ask it. Why are they still selling version 1 when they're already on to 2 and 3s around the corner? Like, will they phase 1 out?
No, dude. Because people are buying it.
Too much money. Okay, yeah, that's the
answer. Are you going to stop selling something that people are buying? Of course.
No, that's fair.
You have no ethics, of course.
Yes. Yeah. So listen. So
we carry it only because people that are paying, they lose their insurance. They fucking try to buy it, and they paid like fucking $1,400. It's breaking their fucking bank. They're flipping out. So we basically offer an option for them to get it at a very, very reasonable price.
I see.
A seventh of what they're paying.
Dude.
But by no means do we're really all we're trying to do is just help someone. They're going to go get this no matter what. So let's save them a little bit of bucks. But I mean, I have a mental battle with those all the time. Should I even carry Gen 1 and Gen 2?
Yeah, well, that's why I'm wondering. Yeah. So I'm going to throw a clip on here with Huberman. Huberman says, Johnny, I'm going to suspect you agree with this. Kai, let's run the clip and get Johnny's opinion on it.
Sympathetic nervous system so much for so often, it can probably shorten your life. There's a whole category of what are called growth hormone secretagogues, which are very popular. When people hear erection, fat loss, energy, tan, like, oh, great.
Kai, the personalized peptide stack. Peptides are about to become the new multivitamins. So Andrew Huberman, Johnny, says that Andrew Huberman is saying that in 5 years from now, you and I are going to have a little cocktail. It's going to be 1 injection or 1 pill, whatever I need to ramp up my dopaminergic system. So he's predicting that as we continue, especially in the world that you're living in and working in, that over time, I'm going to go and get a personalized little pill that's going to be a combination of all the things, all these little peptides. So how we take vitamins today, he's predicting in the future those vitamins are going to, change to more of like a peptide type vitamin. Thoughts?
Well, I think he's on the money because remember what is a peptide? A peptide is a signaling molecule.
Yes.
Which means it's going in and it's saying, hey, pituitary gland, remember the great job you did when we were 20 years younger? Let's do it like that again.
Yes.
And boom, you raised your pituitary gland comes back to life.
Yeah.
You can do that there. I mean, fuck, I think I can't even remember the numbers now. They're discovering these things fucking left and right. There's well over 10,000 that have been identified. And we have probably, less than 1,000 that we've actually brought to the market even on a research basis.
This seems so obvious to me. Like this just seems like it's a no-brainer. Like when I heard his clip, I'm like, oh, of course it is. Because if we think about it, vitamins were the advent of modern medicine as modern medicine started coming to life, right? We got vitamins, right?
Yeah.
So, right. And then money follows that, right? So we were joking yesterday about Eli and retatrutide. So, we saw that, and it's clear to me that as we go through the next 3 to 5 years, this becomes packaged into the next version of a vitamin.
Well, dude, why do you think the big pharma is up in arms about fucking trying to keep this shit away from people? Because they understand what the future holds.
Yes. Yeah. Well, yeah.
Retatrutide. Ask Grok how much Eli Lilly has invested into retatrutide. It's fucking alarming.
Yeah. I don't even have to ask her. It's like billions of dollars.
Billions. And not like a couple.
No.
Like I want to say like 100 or more.
They're
like huge.
No, they expect it to be $1 trillion+ drug.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
And when you think about it, it's third generation, right? You work the bugs out of the first one. You don't buy the second one. You get to the third one, right? And it's right around the corner. Hey, speaking around the corner, hey Kai, let's get some words of wisdom out there from the guy named Kobe. The storm always ends, and what I like about this one, especially on a day we're talking about today, our 3rd anniversary of Mornings in the Lab, Keith and John starting year number 3. He says, "Always keep going because the storm eventually ends." Let's hear from Kobe.
To always keep going, always. I've come to find out is that no matter what happens, the storm eventually ends, and when the storm does end, you want to make sure that you're ready. And so I've really learned to put one foot in front of the other, good, bad, or indifferent, because eventually that storm passes.
Yes.
It doesn't have to be your best day. It just has to be another day you show up. That's the fucking mantra right there.
I had a monologue yesterday, and I gave people this little tip, Johnny. And I had a few people come to me yesterday and send me some text saying, "Wow, you dropped a nugget," and it was as simple as this. And you'll appreciate, because this is you. It's me too. Consistency is our competitive edge. Because most people aren't consistent.
That's exactly what Brady said. All you have to be is what everybody else is not.
Yeah,
this was the first thing out of his mouth.
It's exactly, and same thing with Kobe, right? So you think about the storm, right? We both lived on the planet long enough that storms do end. They're not forever. Even if they're going to be fucking a year, there might not be too. So it's just a matter of riding that out. But I love that because it's being consistent. Keep going, and if you can outlast the guy next to you. And we've had enough people on this show, right? Honest to God, that live by that mantra.
Well, let's use those two guys, Brady and Kobe, for an example. And this is their words, not mine.
Yeah.
Kobe say, I'm fast, but not really fast. I can jump, but not the highest. So I had to overcome all of these things that were basically he overcame with hard work. Brady was never a fucker. I mean, it was slow as molasses.
Yeah.
Career.
Yeah.
But enough. He actually he improved his 40 time from 26 to 46.
Yes. Didn't you say he's faster now than he was?
Just slightly. Yes.
That's incredible to me, man.
But the point of being is these guys, they weren't the fucking the athlete that just seemed like they were created in a test tube.
Yes.
They basically they did it themselves.
You're going to appreciate this then, because I know how much you enjoy people who are doing just extreme things that are awesome because they get up and get after it. Check out this Paralympic high jumper, Lucas Mamkraz, committed. Check this out, dude. This is fucking awesome. Paralympic. No excuses, Anderson.
He doesn't even have that leg is like non-existent. Nothing there.
Watch this.
Oh, Jesus. He's going to go with one. Good night. Wow.
Don't tell me you can't do anything. Honest to God, Anderson,
well, just it shows that fucking leg has adapted.
I know, right?
Holy Christ.
Yeah, you're right, because where his amputation happens, you're right. That's above thigh.
He's got one. Literally, there is 1 foot. There's only 1 foot, which means all of that thrust is coming through one side of his body.
Yeah.
He can get some bit of hip, but the side that doesn't have a leg is not contributing very much.
That stuff's inspiring to me because again, there's just no excuses, right? And I go back to gratitude and you think about all the challenges that young man's had his entire life. Think about when he lost his leg. I don't know the story, and now he's in the Paris Paralympics about to do a world record high jump, I think it was. And to your point, one leg, no excuses, consistency, probably everything in the book, right? And I bet you during his journey, John, there was a storm going on in his brain, right? Like Kobe said, the storm eventually ended.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's the whole thing of stick your head down, work, pick your head up. A storm's still here.
That's it. I think
for me, if I already told this story, just happened to my middle daughter. She went through about a year feeling like her company that she was working was kind of deteriorating,
Yeah.
She's like, I'm busting my ass and I just don't feel like I'm progressing because the company didn't really have the platform for her to progress. And I was like, kiddo, and I gave her the head down, work. I said, I promise you, and I don't make many promises, but if you continue to do what you're doing, you will see the progress. It's just you don't see it right now. And then all of a sudden, fucking one day, boom, it just everything just lit up around her like fucking Roman candles.
I think what we often forget, John, when we're on our journey, when we got our head down, there are people that are watching you. There are people that see that. And there are people that observe. They might not say nothing, but there are people that see. For example, I can see the people around me that are fucking putting the work in. Just like I can see the ones that aren't putting the work in. And you can see. You know what I mean by it?
I agree, but I think the most important part of this is, and I agree with you, is that you're developing your skill set.
Yes.
So that when the right person does look, where did you come from?
That's exactly my point. Because you're showing up with a good attitude, you're just going to work, you're asking good questions, you're being proactive. If you're reacting, you've lost. Even if you're reacting, you're learning how to get proactive. But those little things, those continual improvements, that's how people notice you, and you don't even think people are noticing. The
problem that that I've developed that I still work on consciously every day, is that when I'm busting my ass and I don't see the progress, I developed this more when I was younger than I do now, because now it's easier for me to look around with my mindset and see there's progress somewhere. But feel like you're busting your ass and you're not making progress, and the sense of urgency builds inside you, and you learn to live with the sense of urgency, which to one extent is good, to another extent is bad, because you got to learn to control that so it doesn't fucking put you under constant anxiety.
Oh, dude.
And that's kind of what's happened to my middle daughter. Is now she's like, fuck, she's like, this is great, but I still feel like I did before. That's like, okay, kiddo, it's time to start. Your brain doesn't recognize what's happening. It's so used to doing what it's doing before. You got to start talking to it. You got to start letting it know that, hey, look what you did. You did what you were supposed to. Start trying to really soak up what's happening and reprogram. Your brain is just doing what it did for the last fucking 9 months.
Well, so I'm really glad you brought that up. Good morning, everybody. Hang out with Keith and John this morning on Mornings Live with Keith, John, and friends. Come check us out, mitl.live, mornings.live. We get up and get after live right here on the Mornings and Live Network, 8 o'clock Eastern time. We get show gets started 7:30 with Matt Roof. And on Wednesdays, of course, we got Cheryl Whitaker. She's live right now. If you're not tuning into Cheryl, you're tuning into us. Welcome to the big show we call Mornings in the Lab. Come check into the show. John, your comments about time, it's funny because the last 24 hours, especially in this world of AI, how fast things are happening. And I have been really trying to implore my team, the people around me, that, maybe it's just even speaking to your daughter, right? That everything we learned over the last 9 months is just accelerating so much faster in the last 3 months. Like, for example, I was talking to somebody yesterday. I worked on a project yesterday. True story. It happened to me personally yesterday. I worked on a project yesterday that would have taken me 3.5 weeks, 4 weeks previously to yesterday. And I would have had to have 2 people involved. Dude, I did the whole thing myself in 3 hours. It created anxiety for me because I'm like, holy shit, I got that thing so fast. What's happening to me is, and I was talking to Melissa last night, is I'm getting addicted to this increased productivity. And I mean that in a good but also negative way, because I'm seeing how fast I can get things done. I'm like, okay, on to the next one. But what's really crazy is that if I can get that done that fast, there's a guy behind me getting it done faster. So people like your daughter, my kids, our teams, like we got to keep up because there are people out there that are moving faster than us, and that's the world we're living in right now. And it's actually scary because I'm in it as an old dude. I'm in it, and I'm like, holy shit, it's causing me anxiety. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Well, and that anxiety then costs you time.
It does. It's a new kind of anxiety.
Me too. I'm not excluding myself from this conversation.
No, dude, you're right. You're absolutely right. And because I've been having. So okay, yesterday, we yesterday a young fellow, we had a conversation. He's moved on. We've moved on separately, and not because he wasn't doing good work, but because the skills that he was delivering to us were replaced by 2 AI agents. So now I have a human on my team that lost a human, but inherited 2 AI agents. That's a whole other discussion now too, right? Because it's like, what's the impact on the company when you're removing humans to replace with AI and they go faster? And I'm not saying it's a right or wrong, but we're seeing some new societal things, I think, happen inside. We're going to start seeing these things happen in work, right? And because I'm right in the middle of it. And I'm observing, and as somebody who's been in business and built business, it's causing me to have questions that I never had before because I'm seeing the disruption, and I'm like, holy shit. I was talking to a fellow today. I'm like, dude, I need you to be upskilling because you're gonna lose your job, not with me, but just in society itself. And I'm trying to give you every olive branch possible to succeed. So don't misunderstand what I'm saying right now, Johnny. It's scary, man.
Did you literally say to him, "I need you to"?
Yeah, I did. I said, I need you to.
So maybe I'm just thinking of, because, me, I'm kind of a wordsmith.
Yeah.
It's what you need to do this because your future is in jeopardy.
Yeah, dude, Johnny, you're bang on, man. And I've been framing it both ways. Like I had a conversation with a fellow this morning. I said, you need to continue upskilling yourself because you're not going to have a job if you don't. But then I said to him, it says, on behalf of this company, I need you also, right? Because I consider myself a very fair, like you leader boss, and I want to have everybody succeed. I'm just trying to give everybody the signs like, dude, I'm walking you to the water. If you don't want to drink the water, I can't make you drink it.
Yeah. Like you need to do this, but I need you to do this so you can keep your position.
Yeah.
I guess if it's framed properly, that's because people are so fucking tired of hearing other people tell them what they need to do.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So a lot of times when you start it off with them, it'll open their ears enough that they'll hear the part that you need because you see the future they don't.
Well, what I'm also finding, John, and maybe, I was talking to Carter about this 2 days ago, and maybe it's like your daughter, which is we were trained a certain way over the last year, and that last year is rapidly evaporating because that training is being taught. It's different training now. Like it just, what am I trying to say? Is that life is just moving fast. I guess that's the best way to say it. Life is moving fast, and it's faster than even when you and I were growing up. And upskilling and changing skills and learning new skills, being adaptable. That's it. Being adaptable is more important than ever, man.
I think the problem, if you to peel it all away, the majority of our population, once they're done with whatever education they chose to do, they're done.
Dude, you're so right.
They stop fucking learning and advancing. They settle into this world of a job.
Yeah.
And nothing fucking changes, but the world changes around them.
Yes. And it's okay. I got the job. Check the box. I'm happy now. Dude,
I got great benefits.
Yes. But there's and this is why I've been so passionate with I've been trying to just scream from the rooftops because Anderson, there's a 25-year-old kid right now that's built something that's going to come knock on that 45-year-old guy's door and go, dude, you're doing that skill that you've been doing for the last 30 years and you haven't learned anything new. Well, you don't have a job anymore. And that's just part of, it's happening quick, man. Hey, so when's the last time you had a piece of pizza? And I'm being fucking serious, 100% serious.
It wasn't that long ago. I didn't have a whole piece, because it was, actually I did have it was a slice, but I cut the slice, lengthwise. So it was like a thin slice.
Yeah.
Because it was, I'm talking about eating the crust because dude, it was in a Christmas scenario.
Yeah.
It was my brother-in-law's brother.
Yes.
Yes. Brother-in-law's whatever the fuck it was, couple of discs. Anyway, he basically was one of these guys that was like a sourdough fucking genius, where he would like, you take this thing, you travel with the fucking thing. You got to keep it alive and
yes, ferments. Yes, it grows. Yes, I know exactly.
He made fucking pizza with the sourdough that he fucking coddles like a baby.
Oh,
and I was like, this is something new. I'm always, if there's some now, granted, if it goes down the sugar path,
yes,
that's I don't really care about that. But like sourdough, that's kind of intriguing to me. Like, so I was like,
me too.
So, dude, I gotta tell you, I mean, forget the fucking pizza part, just the fucking crust. It was like, what the fuck is this?
You straight me.
If I ate a piece of pizza, I'll scrape everything off the bread. That's what eating pizza would be like. But this was the last time that I ate like crust with a pizza.
You strike me as somebody that, because Lauren does this too, and she's actually, I've leaned into this tactic of hers, but you strike me as somebody that will just have something just to have the taste, and that's it. You're happy.
Well, and it so close, but in this one, I just didn't know what it was. Like,
okay.
Brand new experience. So in a brand new experience setting, so what I ate is I ate pretty much what I was going to eat.
Yes.
So then, my food was out of the way. Then I had a little bit to have the experience.
Yes.
If I'd done that the other way around, I probably would have eaten 4 or 5 fucking pieces of that pizza.
Right. But you do strike me as somebody who will be like, use the word experience. Okay, I want to experience the flavor of that, just the flavor to wet my palate, but that's all I need. So, for example, Lauren's like, I don't want to have a piece of cake. I see Keith's having a piece of cake. I just want to have it. I want to wet my palate. She'll come over, have like a little taste of it, just to put it in her mouth, have it, and that's it. Where me, like if I unlock that sugar thing in my mouth, Johnny, or a certain thing,
I can't do the sugar. The sugar doesn't exist.
No, I'm fucked. If you give me sugar sometime too early in the day, see you later, alligator. I'm done.
Yeah, totally, 100%.
Done.
Yeah. So with the pizza thing, it was strategically placed at the end, but if it was just a sourdough crust that somebody had fucking bought at the store, I couldn't give 2 shits.
So
I've never had any piece of. I've heard about this fucking this sourdough coddle.
Yeah.
But I've never experienced it firsthand. So I was like, okay, this is something I may not get another opportunity to have a fucking piece of this.
I love it. Well, a Budapest pizzeria is serving an ancient Rome-inspired pizza made without tomatoes or mozzarella. And dude, this sounds kind of disgusting to me, but whatever. It's got ingredients like olive paste, duck, and fermented fish sauce. Preston, what do you got to say about this one?
Someone in Budapest just made a pizza from a 2,000-year-old Roman recipe. No sauce, no mozzarella, so basically not pizza. Olive oil, dark olive paste, fermented fish sauce, and duck. That's the whole thing. Fermented fish sauce on a flatbread. The Romans were either geniuses or deeply unsupervised. Apparently it tastes incredible. People who tried it kept ordering more. That tracks. Sometimes the thing that sounds wrong turns out to be the thing. 2,000 years later, a Budapest kitchen is the one that finally gave it a fair shot. History's full of good ideas that just needed someone willing to smell it first.
So
you had me tell the fish sauce.
You and me both. Yes.
Fucking, that was, and I don't know that I've ever had fish sauce.
Oh,
but it doesn't sound appealing.
No. I won't say can't, but I'll say I will choose not to eat the pizza with the fish sauce on it. So I was thinking the same thing when I saw that. I'm like, oh, okay, that's got an interesting flavor to it when you're going to enter the fish sauce onto that whole situation.
Dude, real quick on the word I can't, I'm developing like this borderline bad habit. Where when I hear, because there's some, like I have some people that I've, over the years that I'm friends with.
Yeah.
And they're fucking like,
Cantor?
One of my friends from San Felipe, really cool couple. The woman is fucking like genius smart.
Yeah.
Crazy smart. Multiple fucking, I don't know what all her, she's got like all sorts of degrees. And she uses the word can't. And I'm like, I want to just go, fucking, what are you doing? But I don't do that, of course. But I've kind of developed this where someone uses the wrong language. I almost kind of put them in a different category, which I need to not do that.
Well, I got to tell you something. I since I've been hanging out with you, I find myself when I hear people use language that I'm like, what the fuck book is saying that for? I might find myself correcting them, or I might be finding myself.
You got to stop that shit.
Or I might be finding myself challenging them. Do you want to be an average man? Are you you're not an average man? It's funny. We had somebody at the house here a few weeks ago and he left. And you remember Sarvina? She's been in the comments before. Well, Sarvina's husband. And I guess, so Sarvina works with Lauren. So I guess one day Damon heard us talking about being not the average man. And he's coming home barking about, I'm not the average man. And I'm like, oh my God, that's just fucking Keith and Johnny talking there. But it's funny because I don't have much time for cant, John. As I get older, I actually have no time for it.
Well, I agree. But so this person I'm talking about, yes. I can ask her questions.
Yes.
And she can fucking say some shit that really makes me think. Like, I really enjoy some of the things she has to say. But the fact that she's never really put a lot of thought into what we say and language. So, yeah. So she just it's something that she's probably never even considered. But still a fucking like over the top amazing person and very fucking smart and someone I love to talk with. But I hear that fucking word can't just fucking cringe in the middle of,
I wonder if it's so let's just lean into it for a second. I wonder if that's like is it a habitual thing? Is it a taught pattern? Is it
people? It's a phrase. I can't. It's just like I don't want to is what they're saying.
I guess so. Yeah. It's funny because
most of I can'ts is you could be easily replaced with I choose not to, I don't want to, I don't like that.
Yeah.
The majority of them, like 90+%.
No, you're absolutely right. I'm pausing because I'm listening to you in the choice of words because I'm thinking of people that I know that say can't, and I'm like, but you can though. No, but I can't.
But just choosing not to. Yeah, I can, but I really don't want to invest the energy it's going to take me to do it.
Yeah, and that's the caveat on the changing of the mindset and changing of the words. And then you're actually encouraging somebody to acknowledge that. Okay, well, yeah, you're right, Bilous. I guess I'm choosing not to.
And then and the average person is looking at you going, and this is really fucking dumb because I really don't care.
Yes.
So shut up, fucking dude, with the goddamn ponytail and the fucking glasses on and the fucking muscled up guy. Shut the fuck up, you two.
Hey, so we got Petrocelli joining us on Friday, and he strikes me. Hey, Petro, if you're listening, you strike me as a dude that would be taking your lovely wife on this wife-carrying CrossFit course. Sterling Preston, what the hell is this all about?
England just turned marriage into cardio, and Finland still won.
They sprinted hills, hay bales, and water buckets for a barrel of beer. That's not romance. That's joint trauma. If your relationship needs a sport, at least make it entertaining.
Keith and John, would you enter this?
Johnny, wife carrying. Yes, Finnish couple. They won UK's wife-carrying race by surviving mud, hills, hay bales, and public humiliation for a barrel of ale. And this is exactly it. You carry your wife through this course, and you do all this working out with your wife on your back. It's just ridiculous. Like, why?
That's when you need your wife to be on Ozempic.
Oh my God! Yeah,
I've always had this thing. Once I really fucking became a big dude, I've always had this thing of, and to a certain degree, it's a little bit of a joke, but there's some truth to it.
Yes.
Like, how much do you weigh? And of course, most females are like, they don't want to answer that question. I'm like, if you're not fucking crossing the 150-pound barrier, I don't know that we got a future.
Well, this one here was a 380-meter course. It had hills, low hay bales, and buckets of water thrown at competitors. And I don't know what the point of it was, but it was a fun competition that
it sounds like a wheelbarrow race or something.
That's exactly what it is. Yeah, that's.
I mean, they're winning a fucking barrel of ale. Sakes.
Yeah, well, and I will offer this because we joke often that people need to get up off the couch and get moving. Hey, if this gets somebody off the couch and moving, that's a good piece. That's a good story, right? That's the whole point of it, right? So that's what we like to do here. So that's funny, man. Hey, listen, what do I got here? I want one more thing here. Remember we had a guy yesterday, 2 days ago, running Death Valley. Well, listen, I've never seen this before, and not many people have. Now, you when you go to Vegas, do you guys drive by near Death Valley, around it? Familiar?
Dude, I pay so little attention to what's around us as I'm fucking crushing.
You're just fucking working your head down.
A little office for me, dude.
Yeah. Well, Terry's working away, your head's down, just fucking getting after it, aren't you?
Yeah, I mean, it's very little distraction. It's fucking great.
Hey, Kai, let's throw the trending topic on the screen here today. Let's get after our trending topic this morning and open up that conversation. A guy...
Didn't Death Valley fucking, when all that rain hit, didn't fucking Death Valley turn into a big fucking lake? I believe it did.
Yeah, hey, Kai, throw that one on screen. Yes, you're absolutely right. Good one. Yes, so Kai...
Death Valley is covered in wildflowers right now. Gold and purple, wall to wall.
Yeah.
Death Valley, the one named after dying. Seeds that sat dormant for decades and some maybe longer finally got exactly the rain they needed.
They were just down there, waiting, not giving up, not in a hurry.
One good season, and the whole floor of the valley changes color overnight.
That's either deeply hopeful or the most patient thing I've ever heard about.
The conditions just have to be right. Some things can't be rushed into blooming.
Noted. I'm choosing to apply that personally and moving on.
Funny how you notice that, because that was actually a thing, because it's never a thing out there. It's never a thing out there. But it was actually a pretty big thing. Seeds from species like desert gold, sand, verbena, they were lying dormant for years. And then all of a sudden rain came, and then boom, it just turned into this colorful world.
Well, at some point, that was, by looking at it, and forgive me, I'm not a fucking, this is not my specialty, but I believe it was once a big fucking lake at one point.
Yeah. Well, and here's a good reason. Back to Kobe's comment, the storm always ends, right? So the storm being the dryness. It was just Death Valley's dry. It's dry. It's a storm of dryness. And then eventually it ends, and look what happens. A bunch of blooming happens, right? So that analogy of putting in the work, planting the seeds, put the work, plant seeds. Those seeds may sit dormant for years. You might be in the gym working your ass off dormant for years. And then something happens, the seed blooms, and next thing you know, somebody says you're an overnight success. It's the exact same thing. Oh, you planted the seed last night? Fuck no. These dormant seeds have been sitting here for years and years and years. Mother Nature just decided to water them, and now here's what we got. That's really what happened. And this is really cool when these Mother Nature things happen. Because
we have a real picture of what it looks like.
I think you're seeing some of it here. Yeah, no, that's just some visual stuff here, but I'm sure we can probably find something with that to show it up there.
It'd be a trip to be able to actually see, like, 'cause it's fucking huge, in terms of the flat. That's a big flat land, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
It's crazy to actually see that thing covered in flowers. That's not something that our lifetime has never seen.
No, exactly. Good morning, everybody. You're hanging out with Keith and John this morning on Mornings in the Lab, our third year. We're getting after our third year starting today. We started this show back on March 11th, 2024. Johnny and Keith got together middle of 2025, and we are celebrating the start of year 3, the big year 3 on the big show, Mornings in the Lab with Keith, John, and friends. Of course, Cheryl Whitaker is live right now. I expect her to be launching into the lab here in the next probably, 15, 20 minutes or so. She'll pop in to say hello. But we're going to do a lifestyle tip with Anderson. We're going to reset hour 2. We're going to come back on hour 2. We're going to get into what is a good man like in 2026, plus a bunch of other topics I got on the table as we keep the show rolling this morning on Mornings in the Lab with Keith, John, and friends. John, did you have something you want to say there?
No, I'm just getting ready to lean into my tip.
Let's do it. Lifestyle tip with Anderson. Come back, reset hour 2 on the big show, Mornings in the Lab with Keith, John, and friends. Let's do it, Kai.
All right, we're going to talk about something. We're just going to go into, we're just going to kind of simplify something we've been talking about here on the show. Because, again, you guys are here because you're wanting something more, and I commend you for that. That's exactly what this show is all about. And the mindset is really what this thing's all about. Because the mindset and how you think, how you view things, this is what allows you to get where you want to go. So to simplify this, how do you do it? Sounds like, oh my God, how do I change my mindset? Well, let's just go to one simple thing that will make all the difference. Now, keep in mind, it's not a quick fix like it's going to get you what you want overnight, but it will work, period, end of story. And we've got, I'm a classic example. Keith is a classic example. And of course, the two we talked about earlier, Kobe Bryant and Tom Brady. Now, I'm not trying to include Keith and myself in that level of success, but I'm trying to include us in the school of thought that if you want to be great, You just got to be, and this is a Tom Brady quote, so don't credit me with this shit. If you want to be great at something, all you got to do is be what other people are not. And the first thing out of his mouth was consistency. So if you want more, you just got to do more. That's the tip. But here's the thing. You don't even have to do much more. You just have to fucking do it every day. That's right. Meaning that whatever you're committing to, there's no days off. You're always doing something. Maybe it's a physical thing. Maybe you're trying to get in shape. Maybe that's been your lifelong goal, is to do XYZ with how you look and how you feel. Well, I'm not saying that you got to train your ass off every day, but I'm saying that you're going to have to focus on your diet every day. You're going to have to focus on some sort of movement every day. It's the everyday thing that fucks people up. So if you want more, you must become more. And you become more by doing the shit every goddamn day. Rock and roll.
Good morning, welcome back. Hey, everybody, I see you out there in the comments. I see you out there on X. X is flying through the roof right now. Good morning, I see you guys stumbled by. Mornings in the Live with Keith, John, and friends, your live morning show experience. We get up and get after live right here, 8 o'clock on mornings.live, mitl.live. Come say hello, come say hello in the comments. Have you checked into the show yet? Have you checked into the show? No, you haven't. I haven't seen you there. I see Whitaker there. I see Kai there. I see Bilous there. How do you do that? mitl.live, mornings.live. Come check in. Show us your proof. Bottom of the screen says check in. Generate your image. Drop some comments and come say hello. And we are your free accountability partner. We cost nothing. You guys. All you got to do is check in, build a streak, and we will help you get your big, audacious goals through the proof roll. And hey, listen. While you're there, if you're looking for some help with some peptides and so forth and knowledge around that business, John Anderson, one of the co-hosts on the show here, will get you started out and help you get connected in that world of modern help. I'm struggling on my words right now, and actually I'm thinking about this right now. I think, Johnny, what we should do is we got to get your site linked to the Mornings in the Lab network pages so that we can drive traffic back and forth. But guys, we're going to start the conversation right now. What is a good man like in 2026? What does a good man look like in 2026? What is a good man defined by in 2026? Well, that conversation, hey Kai, that conversation starts right now.
You say you're a good man, but your partner's quiet, and your kid avoids your eyes.
It's not providing. It's integrity. Your word and your behavior have to match.
You skip the hard talks. You pay with sleep, trust, and a home that feels tense.
Equality isn't a post. It's letting others speak, get credit, and be safe around you.
Do this today. Admit one miss. Ask, what do you need from me this morning?
We'll show the mistake and the fix, and the rule that makes respect repeatable.
So I think the question that can be asked these days is, what is a good man? Like, what does a good man mean? Like, how would we define a good man in 2026? Is a good man somebody who keeps his word as much as possible? Is a good man somebody who owns his mistakes? Is a good man somebody who corrects himself when he gets it wrong? Or maybe it's a good man who does not fold every time comfort, approval, or status is on the line. Here's the thing. It's this kind of integrity that matters because people can feel the difference between a man who performs values and a man who lives them. You hear Keith and John talk about oftentimes, we judge people by their habits. So when you see somebody, do you look at that as a good man, defining by his habits? Are we defining somebody because he might be a fat, let's just put it out there. Is the guy who's the fat slob a good man? He potentially is. Let's not judge somebody by the book by its cover, right? But we're looking at the core. Does the core character start with integrity and alignment? But I guess the question, Johnny, is as we roll into 2026, and you and I have had a lot of guys on the show here, is alpha leadership changing? And actually, here's a question for you: your daughter and the guys her husband, or the guys that your daughters are dating. And I'm thinking of you, my daughter dating. Are men changing, Johnny? Do you think?
You mean it just as a whole from like generation to generation?
Yeah, I didn't put that question out there properly. Are you noticing just alpha leadership is out, more vulnerability, more softness, more willingness to accept, more kindness, not so just rough.
Let's go down to the like the basis of this, not what you see on the outside, what's actually happening on the inside.
Yeah.
This is not my opinion. This is I don't know. I don't remember where this statistic came from.
Okay.
But I've heard this multiple times from credible people.
Yes.
That the men of today, their testosterone is substantially less than their fathers.
Yes.
I think it even goes back another generation.
Yes.
It's getting worse. The gap is widening every generation.
Yes.
The handshake or the grip strength is substantially down. So here's the thing. Let's just say 3 generations back.
Yes.
Let's go 5. Let's say before all the fucking really, really goofy shit that started to interrupt how we were supposed to live came into play. And I'm assuming, let's just assume that 5 generations back's enough.
Yes.
Those males were like bulls. That makes sense?
Absolutely. You know, yes. Yes.
Testosterone. They were, basically they were offspring of survivors from the wild, so to speak.
Yes. Yes.
Well, now our society has come into a place where there's you just between the food we eat, what we're expected to do, what we're not expected to do. It's it's pretty fucking simple to see why men are so much different, because they're, just by the lack of testosterone, they're going to act different. You got a guy that has no testosterone, right? He's like a fucking ox. Like an ox means his nuts were cut off. So he didn't, because a bull will try to kill you, a real bull.
Yeah.
They've got so much testosterone, they're mean as hell. So if you want to raise cattle, you cut their fucking nuts off or you keep the female, right? So point of being is that you take the testosterone away, you've got a fucking real dormant, fucking lackadaisical, borderline, I guess you could say, lazy creature.
Yes.
So let's just talk about that one element that's creating the change. Now, you could talk about 100 other elements, now with the fact that we don't move much, we play video games, blah, blah, blah. It all kind of comes to a head to make
accumulate, right?
But just from the one standpoint, you could just argue the one thing. The substantial lower testosterone makes a different creature.
Yeah.
Forget human.
Yeah, when you put it that way, because there's truth to that. Men have less testosterone than ever, for sure. And we're losing it.
Dude, when I lived on a fucking farm, right? We were, of course, I was a little guy, so I was taught I was taught safety.
Yes.
And we would obviously, sometimes we'd have bulls that would come in, the bulls would then hump the cows to give us calves. We didn't keep the bull around because they're fucking dangerous. They'll knock fucking fences down and get out.
Yeah.
And I was taught before I got into a certain pasture, to identify if one of those was a fucking bull. I was not allowed to get in there. That's what fuckers are.
That's fascinating when you put it that way.
Yeah, like not say all bulls will try to kill you, but they're not the docile cow that we're used to walking up and scratching his back and that kind of shit. Now there are plenty of bulls that are like that, but generally speaking, just by the higher testosterone, it's a fucking substantially different creature.
So your daughter's boyfriend, partner. So Carter's 20, 19, I should say. And when we look at the men that I think we are aspiring to be are less maybe dominant, less emotionally shut down, and more consistent, more compassionate, and more courageous to grow. And I look at the young men that I see that Carter surrounds himself with, and I would say that generation, those Gen Z men that I've seen myself, I'm liking their commitment to grow, their commitment to consistency and compassion. Very different than
you're also talking about your son Carter,
That's fair.
It's created his own universe surrounded by people like him.
Like him. That's fair. Yes.
Let's take his group of people. Let's dump them on a fucking city street in any major city, and we'll see the fucking differences.
Right
away.
Right. Yes.
It's just like same thing with my kids. You know, you put them into the average, and they'll separate themselves so quickly. And even a lot of their early friends in adulthood recognize that. Meaning the early friends, meaning that those people kind of drifted away, because ultimately the person that's not an ass kicker, let's just call that's the term, they become very uncomfortable around an ass kicker.
So when you were growing up, and there's different stages of your life, when did you identify that that's a good man? I want to be like that man. Was it your stepfather? Was there some buddies around that because there was a guy in your life that you're like, I want to model myself, or I want to aspire. I want to take some of his traits, because that is a good man. Who was that for you, John? No names, but just who was that for you?
Yeah, no, I mean, when it comes down to it, I've been asked this question many times.
Yeah.
And it doesn't, I don't have a person that springs to mind.
Okay.
I have characteristics.
Yes.
Of years of different people.
Yes.
You know, you're taking a bite out of this guy, a bite out of this guy, you know, and, you know, like, perfect example, there's always somebody that, like, without mentioning names.
Yes.
I had one person in my life, and one of his strengths was he just fucking did shit. And I picked that trait up. Now, you could line up a whole bunch of other traits. Thank goodness I didn't pick up from that person.
Yeah. And I find so that's an interesting journey when us men go through that, and who we surround ourselves with, because something you just said, right, is that you picked up the traits that you liked. Thank goodness I didn't pick up these other traits. That's a fine line, brother. That's a fine line becoming, because it's easy to get caught up in those other traits and be defined as that's still a good man. You know what I mean? Just to some are like, okay, well, I'll look past some of those traits. But for you to identify, I like these ones, I don't like those ones, I'm not going down that path. That's and maybe some you did adapt and you had to work away from them too, right? I think us men look for that more than girls. I do. I think for us, men are always looking for somebody to model themselves after and look for a role model.
Why do you think that there's a difference between men and women there? That's interesting.
Maybe back to the this is just my opinion. Maybe just back to kind of how we were raised. Not we, but just like the caveman kind of situation. The man, the earner, the grunt, go and kill the animals, and the females and I'm not trying to stereotype. I just feel like maybe men have been looking for that that guardian, that show me how to do it. Show me as the leader. John Anderson, you're my leader. Show me how to do it.
But the woman has the same set of wants, just in a very different set of responsibilities.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, 100%. Yeah,
I think, and just to be a devil's advocate to your conversation, I think you're short selling women heavily. You know, like some women, they watch their mom be a housewife, and that's all they want to be.
Okay, that's fair. Yeah, I'll walk back that. Yeah, I think where I was. No, I'm not going to walk it back. I guess what I'm trying to say is that I think traditionally, that's maybe what I'm looking at. Maybe it's more of the
But if we go traditionally, then what I'm seeing is even stronger.
Yeah, no, you're right. You're absolutely right. Because I was correcting myself. I'm thinking about my sister. I'm thinking about females around my life, looking for that female that they can model themselves after. Like, who do you model yourself after?
I think to a certain extent, that's a kind of an innate thing. You know, we're looking for somebody to help us make sense of all these new fucking chapters of our lives. And you look to somebody, this is how he did it, this is how she did it. Or as a female, this is how my mom did it, this is how my grandma did it, this my aunt did it.
Yeah. It's incredible because we've talked to this before. You know, we're so focused on sending our kids to school to learn all the things in school that they need to learn, but we don't teach our kids the important things: how to pick a partner, how to be a good man, how to be a good woman. We do, but there's no like courses for it. You know what I mean? It's like, okay, go paint the map, go and do 1 + 1 = 2. You know, we hope our kids we teach our kids, we show our kids, and hope to make the right decisions. And then
I mean, there is an actual way. It's just not it's not taught in school, but we teach our kids to make good selections in our mates by what we'll accept, what we won't accept.
Yes. Yeah. And what those standards are and what those standards aren't. There's no question about that. Hey, have an interesting conversation with Johnny this morning on what's defining a good man in 2026, and what defines a good man to you, or even a good woman in that aspect. What is it? Is it somebody looking for is it somebody looking for a role model? Is it somebody who's making what's that definition? All right, let's keep it rock and rolling here. Hey, John, did you know that the @ symbol in our email address, I didn't know this until I brought this thing up for the show here today. Did you know that the @ symbol for our email address was 1-1? Not a bureaucratic, not some big, like, we got to make a big definitive decision. You think about this one dude's decision has impacted the entire world since then. Did you know that? Frankie and Tommy, let's set it up.
Did you know one engineer basically decided how every email address on Earth would look? And the symbol he picked was @.
That choice happened in 1971. Ray Tomlinson needed a clean way to separate the person from the computer they were using. He did not pick Ayers because it looked futuristic. He picked it because it was sitting there, rare on the keyboard, and easy to understand. That part matters. It almost never appeared in names, so it would not confuse the user with the machine. And it already meant exactly what he needed it to mean. User at host. One tiny symbol, one massive standard. That is why the format works so well. It was simple, readable, and practical enough to spread everywhere.
So every time you type an email address, you are still using one engineer's smartest small decision. That's your today's Did You Know? Back to Keith and John.
So I always find these things kind of intriguing because one person, just one person makes a decision that impacts the entire world. Like just
here's the interesting question, though.
Yeah.
So prior to him putting this into, like, basically popular culture.
Yes.
What the fuck was that symbol used for prior?
That's a good question. Hey, Grok, I got you here. So listen, we just had a conversation about Ray Tomlinson, who chose the @ symbol for email addresses. What was the @ symbol used before he invented that for the for the ARPANET? What was it used for, Grok?
Oh, good one. Ray Tomlinson basically hijacked it for email in 1971. But before that, the @ symbol was just a little accountant's shorthand. Back in the day, like medieval times onward, it stood for @ or at the rate of, mostly on ledgers. Think 3 apples at 2 pence each. Super boring, right? Merchants scribbled it to mean per or each. Kind of like how we still say 2 for $10, but fancier. No one dreamed it'd end up in every inbox. Funny how a squiggle on a receipt became, well, us.
That's just like that. Just like that. Like just like that, right? So it was actually nothing before that. And the guy's like, okay, I need a symbol for it. So that's what it ended up, man. That's pretty fascinating shit. Okay, dude, I've been working on some behind the scenes that and it's up here, and I got to show you. So as we continue to grow the show, it was happening here, and I got it up here. So Kai, I just dropped that link over there for you. So guys, we are launching something brand new here on the channel here. Check it out. The Mornings in the Lab globe.mitl.live. We are going to be building this thing out. Here's how we are going to be looking at stories from around the world. You can head on over to globe.mitl.live and see what we're talking about. Click the pin. The pin pops up with the story that we're talking about. You're going to see Frankie and Tommy and our characters. And we are going to be launching this as a way for you guys to interact with our content during the show, after the show. And it's going to be a big part of the show here. So you guys can see here, it's called the Mornings in the Lab Globe. And it's got a bunch of cool shit on it here, Johnny. So I'm excited to keep pulling this thing together and bringing it to life for us. Pretty cool, eh?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So just another way for folks to engage with our content. But truthfully, if I'm being really frank with you, this is a SEO machine. Underneath all this, I've built layers of layers of content so that the world knows that we are having this show, this conversation every single morning and talking about big things. So I expect us to be using this on the show. And the plan here is Johnny's will spin the globe and say, hey, what's the story coming out of wherever we are here today? So, and we'll pull it up. We can talk about it here on the show. So I'm pretty jacked about that. But here's another example, my friend, where this would have taken me weeks, months to build. dude, I built it last night in a couple hours. And while I was on the show with you, I had to click a couple buttons in the middle of the conversation, and the agent's been working here while our show got it all done. Like it's just ridiculous how fast things are just happening and in real time around us. And it blows me away because of what can be built without even our involvement in it. So craziness, man. Just crazy.
This is like, this is kind of like, obviously an entrepreneur. You're an entrepreneur. You love that.
Yeah.
But as you say, you're the tech nerd, right?
Yeah.
So to actually have these two put together, it's just like you're just picking shit.
Well, yes, and it is. Well, and it's our business, so I'm excited about it. Because I am a pig in shit because I know what we're building. I was watching a video yesterday. There was a guy, Cheryl shared it. There's a guy talking about how people that are making YouTube videos are still making yesterday's stuff. You need to be building live because live is the future of conversation, and we need to be walking toward where, as Wayne Gretzky would say, walking toward where the puck is going to be, not to where the puck was. And that's what we're doing here on the show. So you bring all these confluence of technologies together and we can display them to people. For example, like our characters, when you showed up with me and we started, and some of the first experiences with characters, I'm sure you're like, what the fuck is this? But over time, you can start seeing the value of it. The IP, the characters, the ability to scale, the format that we've created here, right? So, going into third year, we are turning into like a mature media platform. There's a media platform happening here, right? And then what I envision over time, John, is this globe here continues to be populated with news, with conversation starters, and people can engage with you and I through this. Right, we can even create a layer of peptide news. So as peptide news is coming from around the planet, we can drop it on this map, so we can become like the definitive source. Right, link it to your page and have people drive over to you. But and do really fun stuff like that with that. Right, so which is really cool to me. Right, so you heard me say in the comments, I want to connect. I'd like to connect your shit over to our stuff too. So
say that again.
I'd like to connect your peptide stuff to our mornings and lab stuff that we can do some link juice back and forth.
Oh, dude, I'm the university. That's the old platform, which was discontinued, not by me.
Yeah, you know what I mean, though. But your academy,
but the academy is people are joining and people are fucking loving it, and it's 90 cents a day.
That's it, eh?
Yeah, that's what we got because we want it to be grossly affordable for anybody that wants to learn.
Yes. Well, yeah. And
then on top of that, when you become a member, the first thing when you go in, you see this big fucking banner right in the home. This is your 20% ongoing discount code. So if you do any monthly shopping, it pays for itself.
What's the number one question?
Paying people to learn how to do it.
What's the number one question that somebody will always ask when they meet you for the first time about peptides?
Oh, Jesus.
There's got to be one. Maybe is it legal? Maybe is that the question? Is it legal? Is that maybe the question?
That's not the page right there. That's a good one too. Go to the top right hamburger menu and you'll see Academy. Hit that. That's the page we're talking about.
Brilliant. There you go. Okay.
Yeah. Or you can get to it straight by going to cellularadvantageacademy.com. But that's a good question because at this point, brother,
yeah,
they are so like perfect example, 10 years ago, 20 years ago, how much do you bench? That was the question about training. But as people start to educate themselves more, now they realize that, okay, there's other questions they want to ask. So at this point, the people that actually come and ask questions, they're also different because they've registered how deep the whole the whole venture is with peptides. So I don't know that there's a single. I think if I was to say like the real general, like what is a peptide, because people they've heard of it, but they have no idea what it is. And if usually those are the people that have gotten past that it's not a PED, it's not a performing enhancing drug.
Yes.
Heard that, okay, wow, these things actually already live in us. Well, what is it then? The simple answer is that they're signaling molecules that you already have in your body. We're reprogramming the signals.
I would suspect, Anderson, that There's a lot of people that come to you with misinformation, incorrect information, because there's so much of it out there. And what I'm going to anticipate is that somebody's landing on you for like some validation or some clarity, right? Because they're on IG, they're on all these platforms, hearing this, hearing that. And it's like, I just want to talk to somebody who can give me something that I can believe or trust.
Yeah, that for sure. And then the fact that I deliver the information,
yes,
in very simple, understandable terms.
Yes.
Because there's some dudes out there that really fucking smart guys. And I understand a ton about peptides, but they explain it in a way where I can't even follow it, because they're talking about shit that actually happens, but they're talking so deep. It's like, it's like if you were to explain what testosterone does, you could do the same thing there, or you could sum it up by explaining, that testosterone is going to help XYZ, not fucking the whole alphabet, because you can literally go so deep with any of this stuff.
I think though, Johnny, that to me would be the mask of a snake oil person who's using words that I don't understand, trying to talk me in circles. I would appreciate talking to somebody very simple. Okay, yes. So I can go and educate myself with all the big words on the internet. I want you to break it down and make it simple for me. So to me, so I'm just suspecting somebody who's trying to talk around me and talk all this big language. I'm like, I don't know if I trust that guy. You follow me?
100%. I mean, and there are those people, and then there's those people who really do know.
Yes.
But even if they do know, you still can't, it's very difficult to get the information out of what they're saying.
Speaking of information, dude, I had a call with my mom and dad yesterday. It was my mom. Hey, happy birthday, mom. What's shaking? Gladys, happy birthday, mom. I sent mom and dad to the Jets game last night, so I had to send her my tickets on my phone. And she was having some troubles getting the tickets onto her phone. So she calls me, Johnny, I got to tell you, man, like, it's no wonder that there are so many elderly people getting scammed. Like, I love you, mom, but my patience, like you talk about having to, you know exactly what I'm saying, helping mom with things like you can just see how they can be scammed. And it scared me actually, because I helped her.
Was it yesterday? Did you say this or somebody else? I don't remember.
Yeah.
The number one way to get scammed is to answer the phone.
That's exactly it. So she called me yesterday to say help with her tickets, and I was helping her. But as we were going through the experience, and I can hear her getting frustrated, and she had her phone like on her, like had her iPad on her phone. So I was watching what she was doing. But my point is, I can see how quickly that could go sideways with a nefarious, not kind human being that's just there to fucking get that woman's money. Because I had her so rattled. I'm her son. And I had soft tone, but she was getting frustrated. She was pressing things. Next thing you know, Johnny, all she has to do is press something that I wanted to press, and I'm in her fucking account, and the story's over. It's scary, dude.
Dude, I had this. It was years ago.
Yeah,
and it was basically God, what was happening? I had basically pushed a wrong button in my Shopify account. So I had actually instead of what's the word? There's a word for claiming the money. Like, yes, this.
Yeah.
But I fucking somehow pushed the refund fucking button. I was like, fuck. So basically, I needed to call and try to get this done because Shopify is really difficult to deal with.
Yeah.
I reached out to my tech guy, said, hey, can you find this number for me? Right. And he gives me the number. So I just assumed that it was a good number. Right. I'm calling them. And so I call and I'm like, fuck, this is my alarms are off a little bit. It sounded like, you could hear tons of other people in the background, like one of those, but that's fairly common.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And then he says, well, okay, we can help you get this fixed. I'm going to transfer you to somebody that can basically help you. Right. So transfer me to this person. This person tells me they can help me, but I haven't fucking told him much. So my alarm goes off again. I'm like, how the fuck does he know it can help me when there's no fucking way that was on hold long enough for this fucking guy to get briefed on what my situation is? And so he starts walking me through the process, and I'm going really fucking slow because my alarms are off. So, and I said to him, I said, hey, I just need you to kind of let me know that you're who the person I want to talk to. Can you tell me the email address associated with this account? And he's like, well, I don't have that information in front of me.
Dude.
Right? He starts getting fucking firm with me. Right. And so, interestingly enough, where I stopped, the button that would have pushed next would have given him access into my fucking computer. Or, excuse me, into my account, my Shopify account.
Yeah.
Which means at that point, he could have fucking done whatever he wanted.
Yep.
And so right then and there, I wanted to kind of play with a little bit more. So I pushed him. This fucking guy got so fucking aggressive with me. It was unbelievable, because at that point, he knows he's been found. He's only got one shot, which is to try to bully me into pushing the button.
And they will bully. Oh, they'll bully.
Dude, and the thing was, I called him, which is normally the thing that you do.
Yes.
But these fucking scammers have fucking like, I mean, my guy had found the same number on multiple different fucking listings. So he's like, okay, this has got to be good. And he said that the websites and the places that he found this number it was all over the place, and there was nothing that told him it was a scam. But because Shopify, what happened was Shopify eliminated phone calls, right?
Okay.
So scammers found out about it and realized that people don't know this yet. So they're going to be looking for the fucking Shopify number. There's no Shopify fucking phone number anymore. Can you imagine the amount of fucking scamming that went on for probably the first couple of years with that?
Dude. And the money.
Oh, dude.
That's what I mean.
All they're going to do is go in there and change where the deposit goes.
Bingo. That's it.
And you don't even know what's happening until fucking months go by. If you're not checking those deposits, well, what the fuck? You know, sometimes it takes a day, sometimes a couple days. You just kind of give them the leeway. And I was like, whoa, dude, I was one button away from fucking losing probably tens of thousands of dollars.
I'm going to send you a personal note later. I'm not going to talk about it on the show, but I'm going to send you a personal note later after the show, just so you know, because you know the person, you know somebody who's close to us who actually has been in the situation that we're talking about, and it's not a good one. I'll share it with you later today. I'll just leave that there, because just the scam situation. That's when the scam situation can get really difficult and tragic, and man, very horrific, actually. Hey, guess whose birthday it is today, Johnny? Not only is it my mom's, it's my mom's, but it's also Chuck Norris, 86 years old. Look at this dude, man, crushing it still. Like, honest to God, the legend himself, 86.
Isn't it crazy how our faces change?
Yeah.
Nose never stops growing, does it?
No. But Chuck Norris, 86 years old, and he's still, looks like the guy's got another 20 years in him. Like, honest to God, like he doesn't look like he's going anywhere soon.
Well, I would have to imagine, because he lives the life that allows him to do it.
Yeah, exactly. Speaking about going, hey, John, before you go.
Hey, John, before you go, you ever ask for help and get violated instead? Because we found your people.
The man's mid-rep and trying to get the other dumbbell up. His boy sees the lap tap and chooses violence.
Not help, not a handoff. He just sits on him like that's part of the workout.
That's why it kills. Wrong move. Fast confidence, zero shame, beautiful stupidity.
And nobody saves him. They let the joke sit there and mature. That's elite disrespect.
So, John, if Preston did that to you mid-rep, are you laughing it off or cutting ties by breakfast?
Yeah.
Well, dude, the fucking first rule of thumb is if you can't fucking get the weights up yourself, don't fucking lift them.
He sits on his lap just like that. Like, look, okay, just sit on my lap. Okay, I'll just. And he just dawdles over there like a feminine young man. Just dawdles over there. Look at him. Just watch. Just some fun. Hey, before you go, let's bring Cheryl Whitaker up here for a couple minutes before Johnny gets out of here. What's going on, Whitaker? How was your day today?
Hey, hi guys. How are you? Happy anniversary, first of all.
Thank you.
Happy season 3. Hi, John. Good to see you, my friend.
How are you? Question: Did you suck less today?
Oh, I'm sucking so much less.
Isn't that a beautiful thing?
Can I just tell you that's becoming like my favorite question on a Wednesday morning? I know John's gonna ask me, "Did you suck less today?" And I'm like,
well, doesn't it fucking reframe these situations that give you all this anxiety? I just need to suck a little less, and I'll be fine.
Oh my gosh, so much, so much. I love it. Yeah, today was great.
It's become part of your lexicon, eh? Just sucking less, Cheryl.
Yeah, sucking less. Yeah. I'm gonna leave it right there because my mind is going in so many different places.
Leave it right there. Mom's in the next room there, Johnny. So we gotta keep that. We gotta keep that clean. Cheryl, how did it go today? Good.
Oh man, it was great.
Yeah.
I'm glad some tears today. But it seems like that's like a weekly thing.
Hey, quick question for you. Well, I got Johnny for just maybe a quick 2 minutes here. We were having a conversation about what does a good man look like in 2026? How would you answer that in less than a minute?
A good man in 2026 is someone who loves himself, because that's where it starts. You've got to love yourself, and when you love yourself, then you show up and you're there to love all the other people who are counting on you day in and day out.
Yeah, yeah. And then one thing that we also talked about, and I walked back because I had an opinion on it that I John reframed it for me. I wondered as men growing up if men looked more to other male leaders to model than women. Am I wrong? Like, did you and I'm happy to be wrong, but as you were growing up, were you looking for a female leader to model yourself after?
No.
Maybe not a female, just a person.
Yeah, not necessarily. It might be different for men than it is for women. But see, it's hard for me to answer the question because you guys know how I feel about my mom. I mean, she was like so large.
Yes.
In our home, even more so than my dad.
Yes.
That it was like it was just kind of like osmosis, really.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I didn't look anywhere outside of my household for leadership.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Is that a lot of times people, it's the way that we live that gives them the example of what they're supposed to be, or for that matter, what they're not supposed to be. And if you've got, a lot of times females will model their mother because their mother's doing what they want to do.
Yeah.
Would you agree with that, Cheryl?
Yeah, but if you're blessed enough to have,
you got to have one of those first.
Yeah, you have to have one, and then one who is strong, because I know someone in my circle who didn't have that, and so they had to look outside of the home to find that strength and leadership.
Yeah, interesting. Anderson, what do you got going on today, brother? Before I get you out of here, you got Ben waiting for you right now. 36.
Yeah, he's waiting for me. I got that. So I'm gonna go take a good nap after this. Yesterday I laid down. I could tell I needed to fucking get off my feet or get off my chair. I laid down. Terry was actually out doing something.
Yeah.
Came back 3 hours later. I was asleep. Slept for 3 hours in the afternoon, man. My body's telling me, hey, you need some healing, dude. So
you gotta listen, right? When your body is telling you just have to listen.
Well, if I'm sleeping 3 hours in the middle of the day, then I'm not listening well enough.
So your body's telling you something. Yeah. Well, I can tell you right now. Hey, there we go. We broke the 201. Thank you, X. We've never seen these numbers. So on the start of our 3rd anniversary, Johnny, we got X lighting up here today. We got a couple hundred people joining us on the show right now, live on Mornings and Live with Keith, John, and Cheryl. Johnny, Keith's living longer. Yeah, life expectancy work done yesterday. So I got another year in my books. Lauren too. So we are happy people today, just frolicking around the house, knowing we're going to live that much longer because we got that life expectancy work in Johnny Anderson. Yep. True story.
There you go, baby.
That's what we got to do. Anderson, have a great day, pal. Say hi to Terry. Say hi to Ben for me, and I'll see you in less than 2 hours.
Bye, John.
Good loop, my people. I didn't say brothers because my lady's here. That's it.
That's true. All right, Johnny. All right. Hey, Whitaker, I got some things to show you because you didn't see this stuff yet. So I got some exciting things to show you. Yes.
Okay, cool.
So last night before I went to bed, hey Jimmy, Kai, you want to get this one ready here? Universe.mitl.studio universe.mitl.studio. We are bringing our AI characters to life live effectively today. The Mornings in the Lab universe is live. You can come buy your character, license our characters, engage with our characters, AI characters that live. And you can actually have a live engaging experience with Sophia, with Frankie, with Tommy, with Keith, with John AI, with any of our characters. Coming up, we'll have Atlas and Beatrice and the entire gang, but you will be able to actually license, get involved, and get request early access to our live characters. So just as I showed you with Sophia Grant bringing to life, we now have the technology to bring our characters to life, and you can do that at universe.mitl.studio is the way to engage in the Mornings in the Lab universe.
That's hot. That is hot.
I'm not done there. Also, we have launched this morning the Globe, the Mornings in the Lab Globe, globe.mitl.live. Jimmy, do you have that there for my friend? Check this out. There it is right there. So that is going to be available to you on the network. And if you want to start your show and see what's happening on the world, Jimmy, click a pin, the story pops up, we talk about it. And over time, we're going to have the Keith and John clips in there, all the clips from the show. But this is going to be our source. When the show's not around, people can come and find out what we are talking about, what the world is talking about, linked to the Mornings in the Lab Live network. So we now officially have the Globe. It's called globe.mitl.live. And it will be a way for you to engage with our content, interact with our content, see where the conversations are happening. And this is just the fucking beginning.
Yo, you're on fire, my friend.
So this is what I'm telling you. People just are fucking sleeping, man.
Oh yeah. Well, I talked all about AI this morning on the show, but this kind of thing, this is like what you talk about, a building community, the conversation, the experience is happening with you in the morning, but then it continues on. It's that routine and that habit.
Yes.
And it is amazing.
But here's where I'm just anybody around me, I'm just trying to implore them to just listen to what I'm having to say, because I'm in the middle of it. Like I built this in 2 hours yesterday. This would have taken me 3 weeks in the past, and probably a team of 3 people.
Yeah.
And thousands of dollars. And this is where we are needing to really kind of open up our ears and go, oh, okay. And I'll tell you, I had hired somebody to do this in the past. I didn't need to hire somebody now. And this is where folks just are we talked about consistency being a competitive advantage.
Yep.
Right. So there's somebody out there thinking about doing something. I've already done it.
Yes.
And that's where I'm just, come on, guys. Like, you got to go. You just got to go. There's no time to think.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, you're only limited by your imagination.
That's what I said to you yesterday. Yeah.
That's what you said.
Hey, highlight of your show today. What was your highlight of your show?
Oh, highlight of the show today. So Shine a Light. Well, I don't know. It's hard to say because the guest was amazing.
Yes.
Janice Robinson Burns. Yeah, she's just amazing. But then I had an extra guest come on to do the Shine a Light. And he did a spotlight on his friend who was his former boss. His name is Chris Syme, and he has a podcast called Dying Out Loud. He was diagnosed with stage 4 colon cancer about a year or two ago. And so rather than giving folks their flowers and telling people how he feels about them, and having all that conversation happening after he's gone, he decided to create a podcast and share his love with everybody.
Nice.
Yeah. So Jamie, his friend, he came on and did a little spotlight on Chris and his podcast. So yeah, it was beautiful. That's where the tears came in. So.
Yes. Cheryl Whitaker joining me this morning on Mornings in the Lab with Keith and John. We get up live 8 o'clock, mitl.live, mornings.live. Cheryl show goes live at 8:30 on the network as well. Yeah. Hey, Cheryl, do you want to stick around? My monologue is short. Do you want to stick around for it?
Yeah, I'd love to. I'm watching it anyway, so I might as well.
Let's do that. So I got an ICUC origin story, and it's about community is an intelligence system. And that monologue is going to start right now.
The biggest win we ever had
Wasn't a campaign.
it was listening.
Every day.
No hiding.
Market research asks people to perform. Community shows what they live. That's the distinction.
The patterns weren't dramatic. They were daily friction, repeated in plain sight. That's the signal.
Those issues never hit dashboards. They still hit customers. That's the gap.
We didn't guess. We compiled what people kept saying and brought it to the team on record.
They made real changes. Support volume dropped because we finally heard the truth. That's the bill. Community isn't an audience. It's an intelligence system. Chief's about to tighten the screws. Morning Focus starts now.
All right, guys, bring Cheryl up on there. I'm gonna do a little dual monologue. I'm gonna do a little monologue, an interactive monologue with myself and Cheryl this morning. I'm gonna show Cheryl how I do a monologue with somebody else. Cheryl did a monologue a couple weeks ago, and her and I did some coaching. I was like, I think we want to engage our person with the monologue, and I'm gonna do that with you today. So, Cheryl, the most valuable thing that I ever did when I was at ICUC for a Fortune 500 client, nothing to do with content. What do you think it was?
I don't know.
Yeah, exactly. So at the time, we were managing their community, tens of thousands of customers, all the platforms, 24/7. And in the daily work of actually listening, Cheryl, we actually started seeing some patterns. So back in the social media monitoring world, like monitoring content, right? And those patterns were quite intriguing. They weren't dramatic complaints. They were actually more like recurring friction, right? Just constantly these little micro things that you see. You don't notice them on the macro, right? And you know what I'm talking about. You sometimes we don't see the obvious because it's so obvious.
Yes.
Right. There's the little things, right? Yeah. Right. And what we noticed, Cheryl, was that there was these small frustrations that never made it into like the executive dashboard because you couldn't see them, but they showed up in the people's comments. Think about that. Right, because executives and senior leaders are always looking at this,
right?
But when I was starting out in that world, they didn't realize that there was this level of conversation happening on the internet, the young internet. And I'm like, guys, you guys are seeing your dashboard with all your stuff, but your community is telling you something you're not really noticing. They're like, what are you talking about? I'm like, well, they're fucking saying this, they're saying that, they're asking you this. Oh, I didn't know that. No, because you're looking at dashboards from the last 10 years. I'm presenting you dashboards of the community.
Right.
Very similar to today, as I'm talking to folks that, hey, over the last 20 years, we've been building communities dated, in a different world. You and I have been talking about the world of live and where the conversations are going. And the community of tomorrow is going to be built around what we are doing right now.
100%.
So it's funny because when I talk to executives and business leaders today, it's the exact same conversation. Don't worry about the dashboard. Worry about what people are saying in the live conversations or in the communities, because you're going to learn more there than what you're learning on the high level, right? So what we did, Cheryl, was that we compiled everything, brought it to their team. And what they did was that they started making changes based on what the community was saying, not what the dashboards suggested they were saying.
Brilliant.
It is. Again, let me draw the comparison of podcast to live conversation. We record the podcast. It's passive. We really can't hear what the people are saying. We as the leaders have perceptions around what everybody is saying, but it's not until you look in the comments and get the live feedback where you actually start getting the real truth. Right? And I'll tell you something. That story with those executives reduced customer support volume by a number I'm not going to share because it would actually sound fake. True story.
Okay.
But here's what matters is that the insight that they gained, it didn't come from any market research. It didn't even come from a survey. It just came from their fucking comments. It came from a conversation that they had been, and there's the key word, that they had been overlooking for so often because we've been trained to look at the dashboard. Here's the thing, nation. Community isn't an audience. It's your intelligence system. And that's what live gives you, especially in the format that we are in, because it's that real-time signal. It's the unfiltered truth, right? And you think about it, Whitaker, it's the people that only say, it's the stuff that people, so when we are live, it's the stuff that people only say when they think that they're just talking to each other. Or here's the question. And here's the question that I think folks just aren't really paying attention to. What are your customers saying to each other right now that you're not hearing, especially because you're not in the room? But you can get into the room by being in the comments. You follow me? Mm-hmm. Right. And that to me is a fascinating thing because it's a missed opportunity for a lot of folks, because when you're missing the opportunity in the comments, you're actually not in reality. You're in your own reality behind a dashboard. How do you receive that I put that out there?
Oh my God, it's so true. It's one of those things where it just seems so obvious.
Yes.
But at the same time, in life, a lot of times it can be right under your nose and you're not paying attention to it. And there's some out there who don't want to know.
Well, so that I think is a big part of it too. And it's funny because I had a conversation, I shared this with you off show a couple of days ago. I had a conversation with an executive a couple of days ago that was listening to the rules that were written over the last 20 years and not really paying attention to the rules that might be written for the next 20 years. Right. And I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with history. History predicts the future. I'm a big fan of that. But sometimes we get caught in the ways of, well, we can't do that because of, well, we've always done it this way, or there's too much risk there. Mm-hmm. And I was like, well, hold on, let's talk about risk. What does that mean to you? Well, it's this. Well, have you thought about this? No. Can we do that? Yeah. Right. And it's just, in my mind, it's conversations like this that we need to keep having to reframe how people think.
Yes. Yes.
Right? Just because it worked yesterday,
they got to be willing to listen.
Yeah. Just because it worked yesterday doesn't mean it's going to work tomorrow.
Yeah.
Or it might work better tomorrow.
Yeah.
Right? So, hey, what do you got on the show next week?
Well, next week, it's looking like we're going to be having a conversation about nice versus kind.
Oh, tell me, what's the difference?
I want to say tune in next week and find out.
Yeah, that's a good answer. That is the right answer, my host.
Yeah, but I'm going to be speaking with a C-suite leader from an organization that is working on that, is working on their candor versus kind versus nice work. It's important.
Yeah. How's the book?
The book is amazing. The book is coming to life through the conversations that we're having on a weekly basis, Keith.
Good. And it starts with joy.live. The companion app for Cheryl's show is live. And I was talking to George this morning. It looks like the AI coach for Cheryl is ready to rock and roll as well.
Oh, is really?
Yeah. So I would encourage you to take a look at that.
I didn't even talk about the app.
Ah, there you go. Hey, it starts with joy.live, a companion app for Cheryl's show. You can see what she's talking about. You can see the topics coming up. She's got an AI coach we've launched with her where it's all new to Cheryl as well. So we're going to be launching that as well. So I'd encourage you guys to check that out. Go subscribe to it. But guys, I share this with you because this is a function of what you get by working with us. Right. So Cheryl's a member of our network. She's got a show. She's got a companion app. She's going to have access to the Mornings in the Lab Globe. The Globe, if you want to use the Globe on your show, you can find stories to talk about current events, trending topics, things that are relevant. But it's been built to bring people to our platform. So the Globe is what's actually an SEO juggernaut, but the Globe has been built to bring people to us, to get used to the fact that in the mornings, come hang out with us, come hang out with Cheryl, come hang out with Keith, come hang out with John. Fuck. Do I got to hang out with Roofie? Okay. Roofie.
Yeah, you gotta hang out with Roofie.
Yeah. Foam in my pants, Roofie. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. Oh my God, I didn't understand that last thing. So thank you so much, Keith, and thank you, George.
Yes,
it was done. I was too focused on getting the show out this morning, so I'm excited for what.
There you go. Well, good. So that gives me a good way to kick your ass out of the lab and go knock on George's door and say, "Hey, I heard that my AI Joy coach is live." I think it might be. So go check it out.
All right, I'm going to check it out. Thank you.
Cheryl Raphael Whitaker, 8:30 Eastern Time, Mornings in the Lab Network. It starts with Joy Live, leadership discussions, kind lessons, joy lessons, all from the unimitable. How about that word? Unimitable herself, leader herself, Cheryl Raphael Whitaker.
Wow.
That was just on the spot. Just on the spot. Is that even a word? Unimitable? Yeah.
I don't know, but I'm going to look it up once I figure out how to spell it.
I think it is. Hey, Grok, unimitable. That's the word, right?
Unimitable? Not technically. But it should be. Like, inimitable is the real one, means impossible to copy. But unimitable, that sounds like you just invented a word for so good, even AI can't fake it.
Look at that.
Honestly,
Yes.
Wow.
Invented a word that AI can't even fake it now.
That is cool. That is awesome.
There we go. Unimitable. There's a brand new word this morning on the network. Yeah, unimitable.
All right. I got it. Thank you, my friend. I will talk to you later,
You bet. Have a good one. Whitaker's out of here. Good morning, everybody. See you later, Whitaker. Good morning, everybody. Hey, listen, we got Maya Reyes joining us. She's patiently or impatiently waiting for us. And Jimmy and Kai, I think we got to pause for a second here. Look at the numbers on X right now. Holy smokeronis. I don't know what's happening on X, but thank everybody from X for popping into the show here today. I can see that we have over 300 people that have been hanging out with us for a couple hours here on X. This is Mornings in the Lab, morningsinthelab.live, mitl.live, the morning show, the big morning show that you guys can tune into every single day right here, 8 o'clock. mitl.live, mornings.live. Kai, throw it up on the screen there, please. Mornings.live, mitl.live. And Kai's up on the poll. There's a poll there. There's questions there. You can show your proof. You can check into the show. We got a bunch of engaging things for you guys to have a reason to come check into the show. Most importantly, it's this. You know, I talked to here's what we find often. People are looking for accountability partners. And we are your accountability partner. We cost you nothing. All we need you to do is get up, not hit the snooze button, and join our show live at 8 o'clock. That's it. You do it once, you're going to check into the show, you're going to start your streak, and you're going to feel good about yourself. And hey, and maybe you're an interesting person that might think you could be a guest on the show. Well, as Kai has pointed out to me, you can actually apply to be on the show. If you click on join, you can come join Sophia Grant, myself, and John Anderson, and perhaps try to get onto the show by applying to be on the show. So to do that, you come apply to be a guest. Simple as that, 100%, or have somebody nominate you. But most importantly, guys, if you're looking for an accountability partner, we are your free accountability partner. We are there. We are live. We cost you nothing. All you got to do is come say hello and come say hi in the comments, and that'll get you checked in. And show some proof that you are awake, alive, and getting after some big ass goals. Okay, well, listen, I got to wrap her up because a couple of things are happening to my body right now. Yeah, true story. And I'm like, hey, the restroom's like, yeah, are you wrapped up yet? Because the clock is getting pretty close. I'm like, I'm getting there. But before we do that, Maya Reyes, our very own Maya Reyes, is going to introduce our Community Corner segment, and it starts right now.
Picture this, a man standing in his closet at 3 a.m. next to his gun, a therapist's couch built to favor the person sitting across from him, and a husband out here buying flowers while the divorce papers are already drafted. Season 3 is starting exactly where it needs to tell, in the middle of the weight men are carrying.
The weight nobody wants to talk about. Let's get into it.
Hey guys, Ryan Mickler over on YouTube says divorce what men need to know before it's too late. The order of man. Well, so listen, your wife's just like, I gotta divorce you. Your first instinct is probably to become the world's greatest husband overnight. Unless you want to be divorced too. You're like, fuck, I'm happy she said it first. Or maybe you're like, okay, I got to get my dishes going. I got to get the dates night going. I got to get the whole you become the performative husband because you're like, I don't want to get divorced. Well, what Ryan says is that the worst possible move is this. She doesn't need your growth. She reads your response as desperation. So if you are reacting when she's coming in saying, hey, I want to get divorced, well, you might want to lean into what Ryan says is the 300% rule, which is whatever a woman says, the actual severity is 3 times worse. Meaning, I'm frustrated when you get home late. Actually means that she's questioning the whole marriage. Or she's saying that, stop trying to impress her. Start leading yourself. Start looking in your own mirror and taking yourself seriously first. Document everything. Build a tribe, right? Because the man who panics loses, but the man who levels up might not save the marriage, but he'll survive it. Some key words from Ryan Mickler this morning. And if you get that young lady saying, I want to get divorced, maybe it's time to go look in your own mirror. That might help you move forward instead of trying to fix the solution. All right. Let's keep it going here over on Substack. I saw my camera froze there, Jimmy. John Williams, PhD, says that is couples therapies biased against men? Here's what nobody says out loud. Couples therapy, it just might be rigged against you before you even open your door. Not because, oh, MDABADA baddie. Yo, bro, just caught your stream. Can't stay long, so I dropped the follow. I want to support your journey. I can connect you with a big Twitch streamer who pulls thousands of viewers, has about 30 million followers, makes serious bank. He helps streamers grow. If you're serious about growth, add him on Discord. Thank you. And DBDBDBD baddie. I appreciate you, brother. I appreciate those kind words, and I appreciate you tuning into the show. That is awesome. Hey, John Williams says, we're talking about couples therapy. The guy who processes quietly shows love through action. And he says, stop nagging instead of I feel unseen. But he gets labeled resistance by doing that. Disengaged, which might be the problem. Nearly half of men drop out of therapy early. And John, a practicing psychologist, admits that his own training built that exact blind spot. So what's his fix, Kai? His fix is this. Name the emotions before you walk in the room. Advocate for yourself. And if the therapist keeps tilting the scales, well, go find a different one. Here's the thing, though. If all we do is chase the therapist that gives us the answers that we want, is that the right therapist? I don't know. Hey, Dr. J. Barnett is a marriage and family therapist. He's prayed with 500 men through their darkest nights. One night, standing in his own closet next to the gun. The man, built to hold other men up, almost didn't make it. What was his message? You cannot pour from an empty well. Be intentional who you let in, because not everyone deserves access to those lowest moments. That's a very, very provocative comment. Hey, Maya, the real question is this. If a therapist needs a therapist, does Pitcher secretly need his own support animal?
Knowing Pitcher, his support animal would need a support animal. But honestly, that's the whole point. Even the helpers need help. What we covered today, men crumbling under weight they were never taught to name, that's not weakness. That's what happens when the systems around you were never built with you in mind.
Lead yourself first. Know the code. Find your people. That's season 3. We're just getting started.
Guys, season 3 is starting right now. Yes. Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to Mornings in the Lab with Keith, John, and friends. We're wrapping up episode number 1 of season 3. Wow. Tomorrow, Rob Schwartz, a coach who has worked with 32 Olympic medalists and 2 UFC champions, walking away from a $50,000 job at a college to take $6,000 assistant positions that changed the course of his life. And tomorrow's deep dive is going to hit close to home. Your dad. Guys, ears up on this one. Your dad is the reason that you lead the way that you do. Whether your father was your greatest teacher or your biggest lesson, the truth out there is your leadership usually starts there. So tomorrow, guys, we're going to unpack how the men who raised us shape the leaders we become. Nation, to everybody on X today, you guys have been awesome. I see you guys all out there hanging out with us this morning. Very, very kind of you. Thanks for spending your morning with us. We appreciate you being here, showing up, building something together and special as we head into season 3. A big thank you, because I know they've all been working hard, and it's it's a step forward, a step back, a step sideways. But big thanks to Kai, big thanks to Jimmy, big thanks to Melissa, big thanks to Cheryl, Maddie, Johnny, the entire team. Big thanks to all of you. And I'm serious, man. Sullivan, Holroyd, Good Time. The entire gang that have been supporting this journey as we kick off season 3. Big things happening, guys. We got the characters launching in the universe. We got the globe launching on the site, and a lot of big exciting things. Oh, and I got one more thing that I haven't teased. We're talking about it tomorrow. So come back 8:00 mornings.live right here on the Mornings in the Lab Live Network, 8:00 Eastern time. We'll see you guys in less than 24 hours. Jimmy Kai, get me out of here. We'll see you guys later. Boom.